This is so cringe. If you can't step up and say anything there, you're not gonna do anything in real life. You're worthless. Destruction. Why would you do so much to destroy the game? Just remake it. It's not that hard. But like eating is like one of the most intimate things that you can do. You're literally taking something into your body. Yeah, like this guy in chat, cheating is literally the worst thing you can do in a relationship. I can think of 15 things off the top of my head that are worse than cheating. This is an April Fool's update. Oh my god. One of my favorite things about the Corona shit is that so many people are not doing April Fool's jokes. They're so painfully unfunny. I forgot, you're right. I can't look at Reddit or YouTube or anything today. Oh my god. April Fool's is easily the worst, most unfunny fucking holiday for all of the unfunniest people to come out and say the dumbest, stupidest fucking jokes ever. I'm so happy that April Fool's will not be as popular this year. Thank the fucking Lord Jesus Christ. It's such a shit-ass fucking XD quirky, holds my fork up and acts like I'm Invader Zim fucking holiday. Oh my god.
What is your problem?
Did you catch the golden trout?
Yeah, I did. I caught the stringfish fucking too. Today we're doing it's the Easter Bunny. He's around.
Really?
Yeah. Did that earlier.
Mr. Mooten.
Stevie Weavy.
Just want you to know that you're one of my closest friends, okay?
Thank you.
April Fool! April Fool! I got him!
Every company thinks they're so fucking funny today. You know what I did first thing in the morning? I'm searching Reddit. And that was a mistake. I just forgot the day. And I see like League of Legends new champion. I'm like, oh, okay, let me check this out. And then I like halfway through it, I'm like, oh, well, not.
LOL, LeMayo, guys.
And it's like, oh, it's like a fucking April Fool, dude.
Any other LeMayoers out there today?
That's wasting fucking job time.
True.
Right?
Shouldn't these people be quarantined
fucking
or something?
fire that motherfucker. Yeah.
The sad thing is I know these motherfuckers spend like all year planning out their fucking April Fool's
thinking about it,
jokes,
like,
too.
what are we gonna do for you?
What are we gonna? How are we gonna get him this time, guys? It's gonna be so funny.
Was there a Reddit April Fool? Reddit usually has like one of the
Yeah,
cool ones.
I think they made a poster like, we know some serious shit's going on, but they still did it. It's at like Our Imposter or some shit.
It's just dumb. Our Place? Was Our Place the one where everybody puts like a little dot? Everybody gets 1 pixel? That one was the fucking god. No, the Dragon Ball Z shit's cringe. Goku wouldn't fucking wash his hand.
Why not?
Because Goku doesn't fucking give a fuck.
Yeah.
He believes in
You know what
terms.
happened to Goku?
What?
Remember what happened to
Which
Goku at the
season?
start of the Cell Saga? What happened to him?
Oh,
after the
that's
androids?
true. He had the
Mm.
heart.
Yeah.
Yep,
Maybe.
locked hands.
Yeah. Maybe he should have been.
Maybe he should have. Maybe he should have.
What a contrived fucking story that a fucking Super
has a
Saiyan
heart
gets a
disease
fucking
now.
heart virus
He's
or
gonna
some
die.
dumb shit. So
LOL.
stupid. And it takes
It's
him
because
how?
he just wanted to transfer, or he wanted to put in Gohan, right?
I don't know why. I just thought it was dumb as fuck.
I thought people were saying like he really liked Gohan and didn't like Goku that much, so he like wanted to make Gohan the new fucking big boss, but nobody liked that.
Wait,
Saiyan
huh?
Man was the worst arc.
Oh god.
It was so bad.
Cringe. Don't even remind. Oh
Yeah.
god, with fucking Videl and everything.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Oh
so
my
bad.
god.
Everything around it was fucking terrible.
Oh god, teaching Videl how to like, oh, you
Yeah,
can
how
be
to
a
fight.
fighter too, Videl. Oh, cringe. Holy fucking cringe. I can't even believe you'd remind me of that.
Can't even believe that was a fucking arc. And it was a long. It was not a quick thing either. It was like a fucking meat of Dragon Ball.
There was like a whole section of you want to know what was actually cringe? Are you ready?
Go ahead.
I'm dropping it right now. Goten and Trunks should have never been Super Saiyan.
Yes.
No.
True.
How stupid.
They
how
make it so fucking like
cringe.
easy to become a Super Saiyan.
Like, yeah, like we got like transformations on the backs of like fucking legendary fucking arcs, and then these two kids are just Super Saiyan out of fucking nowhere. Oh no, like one time when mom was training me, she was being really rough, and then I went Super Saiyan because she was so mean. I was like, dude, are you serious right now? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. That's pretty fucking dumb.
Didn't Gohan
Goku
get
is
Super
literally-
Saiyan 1 fairly easily? Gohan went Super Saiyan over the course of like 3 fucking whole arcs of development. What the fuck are you talking about?
Goku literally sees his friends fucking die in front of him. His kid's about to die on another planet, and then he gets Super Saiyan. Should be crazy shit that has to happen.
Not like your mom is fucking taking your Switch away. Jesus.
I guess what they do in the lore is they say, like, well, Goku went Super Saiyan and he taught him how to actually do it now since he learned whatever through his pain.
Did Goku? Wait, was Goku even back home yet before they went Super Saiyan?
Yeah, 100%. He pulls them back, right?
I'm trying to remember if he was because I thought that like the mom was training the kids because Goku wasn't there. I don't think Goku was back yet, right?
No,
Wasn't
he wasn't? Wait, so they got Super Saiyan
Yeah.
without fucking Goku being there?
Yeah.
And teaching them?
It was just like because hold on, let me see if I can find this clip. Because it was like, oh, mom was training me one day and she was being really mean.
Okay, that's actually fucking stupid.
Hold on, let me.
Because in the new Dragon Ball, like Vegeta teaches so and so how to go Super Saiyan.
Why'd you stop, bro?
Well, since Mom's not here,
He had never met
if I
Goten.
be like you now?
Well, what do you mean, like me?
Well, you know, the golden hair and the super strength. I want to be a Super Saiyan now.
God, Gohan became such a cringe character.
Cock character.
A cucky, cringy fuck.
Older. It takes years of training to become a Super Saiyan. I was twice your age before I was strong enough for Dad to teach me how to transform. Of course, I was the youngest Super Saiyan ever. You might need more time.
Oh, this is... I don't even remember this scene.
Yep.
Super Saiyan!
This
Oh
is
my gosh, this is unbelievable!
terrible.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Do you know sparring
Fuck dubbed.
form?
Oh my god, Tabor. You fucking watched 2 animes and now you're all with the chat. Oh, I only watched so I only read.
Mom trained you?
Huh? Come on, Goten, counter! Hey, you! Stop running away and fight!
This is so cringe.
Gosh, Mom, are you okay?
It would have been base if he would have just killed his mom right then and there. That would have been some character fucking development.
Honey, is that bad?
Sorry, I don't. Now that it matters, I mean it's Dragon Ball Z, but like, fuck.
Did you watch the ping pong anime yet or no?
No, is it? We might watch it on stream. Honestly, I'm gonna start watching these on
Just
stream.
watch it on stream.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
Is it like
you're
on
gonna watch it, just
Netflix
watch
or
it on
some
stream.
shit? Yeah, why not? It's like that's like the meta.
No, I
now.
think it's on Crunchyroll.
Oh,
I
I
think-
think get like a Crunchyroll
Yeah.
sub, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. Bucks. That's a whole stream right there. You just fucking watch a anime and then you're done. You just go offline. Go coom.
It's not good writing, but you can say that Goten was conceived after Goku had already reached Super Saiyan, so that was why he was able to do so easily. That's such a stupid thing. Fuck out of here with that.
Well, I don't even think so.
Is
Because
going
Goku
Super
had
Saiyan,
never
like-
met Goten.
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, actually, I don't even know when he was conceived. Also, what, is your DNA change? I guess that wouldn't be the most ridiculous thing that would happen in DBZ, I guess. Look up S cells, it's literally canon. What, like in the same way that fucking midichlorians are
cells.
canon?
Fucking sane cells.
I don't
You
need to
want a
read
hot
that
take?
wiki, I'm good. What?
I like the midichlorians. I like that shit. I'm into it.
Wow.
It
You
gave
just-
some structure to the Force.
You're just
I
like
don't like
trying
that
to
anybody
one
can
up
just
your
be a
shit
Force
takes
user, okay?
over and over again. You're actually impressively trying hard with your shit takes, aren't you, Moot?
Oh, I watched the newest Star Wars, and I was like, at the start, I was like, okay, like I could see where like some things could go right here, but it just gets like worse and worse and worse and worse. Holy fuck! But I think they could have made a good movie out of it. I think there is enough there.
Yeah.
No way. They have good fucking actors. Well, I know that the Kylo Ren guy is a really fucking good actor.
Who is good actors for what?
Kylo Ren. I can't remember his name right now. But
the guy with the pants. Sorry.
Guy with the pants?
Yeah, he's the guy with the pants. Adam Driver.
Oh, Adam Driver. Yeah.
The guy with the pants.
I don't understand the guy with the pants meme.
He's got like, I don't know. Can somebody just link a picture? He's got like the pants.
What do you mean the pants?
There's this. He has the pants. What do you mean?
Someone link it.
Somebody please link it. Ben Swolo.
Tabor, you haven't even rated a single one of these.
Single one of
You're
what?
not a real MyAnime lister. You just threw them on there probably right now.
Oh, there it is.
I called you out for not having a MyAnime list.
The pants.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. It's like halfway up his fucking body.
I can't. Oh wait, so you finally watched the movie?
Yeah.
All right, let's see how cringe you are, Moot. You agree that the kiss at the end was so fucking out of place and cringe, right?
Of course. Well, yeah, I mean, of course.
It was like the most forced fucking romance of all fucking time. Holy cringe.
They were a dyad in the Force, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anytime they said like we're a dyad in the Force and they never expected it.
They had like, it was like some of the most like brother-sister relationship shit I'd ever seen in my life. And then the out of nowhere. Oh my.
And then you have Finn doing his, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Ray, I never told you. You never told me what?
Oh my god, don't even bring that up. Oh god. They never actually go back to that, right?
They never go back to it, no.
Do you remember in the first one of the trilogy? Was it the first or... No, I think it was the second one. When Luke is like, there are 3 important lessons in being a Jedi. And he never actually gets to the third one?
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, I don't
What the fuck?
I remember when he like just throws the fucking book or whatever. Oh no, the lightsaber. That was one fucking movie. It was just like... What a fuck you. It just, like, the first fucking scene. You're about to get some cool world building. You're about to see some cool shit. Luke and Rey finally unite, and then they just fucking toss the lightsaber, and it's just a big fuck you.
Well, I mean, like, that can be okay, like, subverting your expectation, whatever, if the rest of the stuff that follows is strong, but clearly it wasn't, right?
Clearly it wasn't.
People were talking about how Luke and Leia kissed. That's technically they weren't supposed to, okay? That only George Lucas changed. Luke and Leia weren't supposed to be brother-sister eventually. But what happened was people love Harrison Ford so much that after the first Star Wars, they were like, we want fucking Harrison Ford.
Hardcore.
Yeah, to be with fucking Leia. Fuck this Luke cuck. So like, oh, okay, well, guess you guys are brother-sister. And that's the only reason that happened. The Last Jedi was the best of the 3 and it was meh. Was The Last Jedi the last one?
Yeah.
Dude, there were so many...
I think The Last Jedi was the first one.
Wait, what?
I think The Last Jedi was the first one, and that was...
Oh, the last one was Rise of Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one was the worst.
Best one probably was the first one. Yeah,
First one,
it was just kind of meh.
But the first one, it was like, okay, like, I see...
Oh, no, wait, The Last Jedi was second? That one was shit.
Yeah, the second one's garbage.
That whole escapade to that fucking rando planet?
That planet thing?
What was like, oh my god, what the fuck?
It was just a waste of like an hour of screen time. It was intense.
Oh yeah, Rose got hardcore sidelined in the second movie, or in the third movie. They were like, no one likes this bitch. See ya.
Yeah, you see her in like 3 scenes. That's it. Why didn't they? Fuck. They should have just killed Leia in the second movie, and that would have been like a nice like. I feel like it would have been a nice goodbye. It would have been like.
Do you remember her flying back
floating?
into the ship?
Yeah.
What the?
They should have had her just die when she like fell out of the fucking ship or whatever, or her just like change with the captain lady and like her do the fucking kamikaze.
Oh, maybe yeah. Leia doing the kamikaze might have been cool.
Yeah, she would have been like the great fucking sacrifice, but instead she becomes Rey's trainer. Because she trained with Luke, I guess.
Talking about this when it happened, right? Hilarious. My boy, after reading Kylo, died so he can date Rey. It's not about who she kisses, but who eventually lays the pipe. You are a genius. I don't get it.
But does Kylo die? I can't.
Yes.
No.
They both do at the end.
They both die? I don't even fucking
Lang
remember.
pipe.
I think I was so ass.
I know what Lang pipe means. I just don't get it. John Boyega is Finn.
Oh, that's Finn's actor who's apparently saying it.
That's Finn, and he wants to fuck Ray. Oh. Okay, I get it. So that just wasn't that funny. Okay. I get it. At first, I have someone link you a joke, and you're trying so hard to read into it to figure out where the joke is, but then you find out it's actually just not that funny.
Oh, they also completely fuck up all power balance in the third one.
Well, that's been fucked up like literally every fucking movie. It's whatever.
Really?
I
feel like
think
the
so.
First ones, it wasn't like that crazy.
I disagree, but
where
no one
she's,
will
like,
ever.
Stopping really? What do you think was crazy? What do you
She's
think
a
got
god. What do you mean she's a Jedi god right from the start?
No, that's what wait, no, I think we're saying the same thing. I'm saying like those movies like fucked up the balance of like Star Wars power.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying in like the old movies, like the original trilogy and like the first ones, that it was pretty like
Oh yeah, they tried. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried pretty hard. And then like in the new ones, she literally can stop a fucking I don't even know, like a transport ship out of midair trying to fly away and like.
Oh yeah, holy shit, that's right. Oh god, and they try to make it sound like something bad actually happens, like Chewbacca dies, but it's all a fucking meme.
Oh yeah, he goes on the ship or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really mind that, I guess.
I don't know. I don't like it when movies are too scared to kill off characters. Not that like you should just be killing people to be edgy,
yeah.
but like,
I don't know if they are. I don't know. I wouldn't. I guess like them killing off Han Solo for me would show that they're not too scared to kill off characters. But that was a previous movie.
No, yeah, that was like an older movie or older character, like ushering in like a new age of fucking. If anything, that was even more scary because they brought him in because they were scared people wouldn't like it otherwise. Oh yeah, and then they did the same thing with C-3PO memory too, where they wipe it and then he's like back to normal. Yeah.
Well, I guess I figured that. They even say like R2 has like the extra drives of his memory, right?
Yeah, I guess. Everything in the last movie having to do with Palpatine and the like millions of soldiers he would have needed for the mystery fucking force that he somehow created. Yeah. And the fact that all of the... Dude, it felt like a shitty video game. It's like, oh no, we have to stop the entire fleet from taking off and destroying the entire planet. Find the one control tower and disable it to prevent the ships from taking off.
They can't come up, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
None of these massive ships that all have... Well, hold on. So what is the cruise-size Star Destroyer? I thought that these were in the thousands for
Those are massive fucking ships.
So an Imperial 1 class, I-class, or first class Star Destroyer had over 37,000 crew on board. So these people, none of these people, there was no way to do like navigation on these ships, like to take off from a fucking planet. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like these things, every single one of these ships had like a fucking weapon to destroy an entire planet, but they couldn't fucking take off? What the fuck? There was so much contrived shit. Ugh.
Oh, what's his name? Fuck. Who's the black actor in Star Wars? I can't remember. No, not Finn. The original.
Mace Windu? No.
No, not Mace. Fuck.
Or Lando?
Lando, yeah.
Lando, yeah.
Having Lando just be like the random fucking bounty hunter on that random planet that they went to. It seemed like incredible fucking fan service. And then he comes in with all of like the fucking everybody, I guess. Everybody teamed up to come kill the Star Wars people. I don't know.
If you want fan service, and this is why I'm popular take, and I understand it's popular, and I hate all you fuckers for it. Oh god, what was the name of the one? It's the intermediary Star Wars movie they made, the prequel one.
3?
No, the one where they get the plans for the Death Star, Rogue One.
Oh,
that was
Rogue One.
Explicitly a fucking fan service movie.
There was one cool scene in it, but
which one? Oh, the Darth Vader dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
That whole movie was made for that fucking one scene.
Okay, if I watch, there are 4 shows that I need, 5 shows that I need to watch.
What?
There are 5 shows that I need to watch if I was going to watch shows. Okay, 1, In order from least important to most important, okay? Number 1 is devs, okay? I've had 2 people recommend this. Zintani brought it up, but also Hutch randomly messaged me about it too. And that sounds interesting. Devs sounds interesting. That's 1, okay? Number 2 is The Witcher. I didn't watch the rest of The Witcher. I feel like I should just see it because I need to see it.
You should see it to see it. You
Okay.
can't watch that one though.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
can't
2.
watch that. You can't. No, don't even include that. You can't
Hey,
watch
don't
that.
even include
The
that
next one, okay?
The real number 2.
one. Ping pong.
Fuck, hold on. I should have written these down. I don't remember all 5. Oh, here's the real ass one that I need to watch. Okay. Oh no, okay, I remember 2 of them. Fuck, there's one more I forgot. I need to watch
Fuck, the one with the Jewish guy.
Your enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Castlevania. Sorry, fuck, I'm reading all things in chat. Castlevania is one that I need to see because I've gotten that recommended by a lot of people too. The Castlevania one, and the number 1 that I
Ping
need to
pong.
watch
What are these numbering?
is the first
pong
season
anime.
of True Detective. I've heard such good
You've
things
never
about
seen
it.
that?
No.
What? How have you not seen
The
that?
first season's good.
I've heard the
rest
first
is-
season is amazing. The second season is meh, and the third season is a little bit better than the second season. But
Wait, so you haven't seen Better Call Saul, and you haven't
No,
seen
I
The
didn't give a
Sopranos?
fuck
Better
about-
Call Saul, I didn't care
the thing
about.
is, I don't like Saul as a character. I don't give a fuck about him at all. Like, so I
So
don't.
you haven't seen The Sopranos either.
No, I haven't. But that sounds like a way longer watch.
Oh, The Sopranos is so good.
Yeah,
That's up there with like.
The
I
Wire.
think
Yeah, I've
I
heard
actually
that.
put that past The Wire.
yeah. I've heard The Wire,
Weirdly,
Oz,
but
and The
yeah.
Sopranos are like the 3 like big killer
Oh.
shows.
You definitely
dude.
cannot watch Oz on fucking stream though. There's no
I have never
chance.
seen Oz. Is it really good?
Oz is probably the best show ever.
Fuck,
the
it would
fucking-
be.
Not My Tempo guy is all over that show as a fucking Aryan Nation leader.
It would be so good if you could watch The Sopranos and like do episode breakdowns and shit. That's some good shit.
Have you seen Billions?
No.
I've heard of it. I haven't
If I were to go,
pull it
to,
out. Oh well, you could pull it out and fill the battery, I guess.
I don't know.
Billions is pretty fucking good, and I think you'd like that. It's up your alley.
Sopranos is a commitment, but I think it's like probably one of the best shows.
I'm looking through my shit here.
If I reorder this dummy battery, it's not going to get here till May.
The Nick was really good when it was on. Sleeper Cell was another really good one, kind of older.
I like the ending. I didn't even think the ending had to be big brain.
I can't watch The Wire on stream because there's nudity.
Is there nudity in The Sopranos, Dan?
Yes.
There
It's
it is.
HBO, isn't it, or Showtime or something?
It's HBO,
Yeah. So
I think. Just gotta skip past the Coomer part.
Have you seen The Night Of? It was like a HBO limited series. Have you seen that?
no.
That's a really good.
Dan, you're
That-
giving
that
him
was
too many
really
things.
fucking- Well, I'm sorry. I'm like, it was fucking amazing. It was really, really, really good. Just one season. I think it was 8 episodes. I don't think they had any nudity either. Mindhunter, have you seen that? That was decent. I hear people like.
You're doing the
Mr.
thing in
Robot,
chat
Sam.
that where they do where you bring up anime and they mention every single fucking anime they've ever seen in their entire lives.
This is not every goddamn one. These are
Every
fucking good ass
fucking-
shows, and
He already
considering
has
you haven't even
5.
seen the fucking Sopranos, the ones he said are fucking garbage.
No,
the
they're
Witcher
not.
is in there, and not this shit. Are you
He just
fucking
wants
serious?
to finish it. He already
Don't
has
say
5
these
shows.
are
What
good.
makes him think he's gonna watch your obscure ass fucking shows?
Fucking devs over some of these shows? Are you fucking stupid? Are you like this? Can't be a real fucking take compared to some of these
Hold on,
things.
I'm getting on my scooter.
What? Okay, this is what Hutch sent me on Discord. He said, cause and effect predeterminism. What if you could create an algorithm that could project a digital image with audio of the
Wait, we got a
past
Kobe message.
and near future? What links would a company go to in order to keep that secret? I don't know. That sounds like an interesting concept to me. This is like some fucking thought crime shit.
Tell Dan the joke that you thought up about the phones.
Wait, which joke?
The 2 dudes, one falls over and the other guy has to open his phone. Tell Dan it.
Stop. Throw up a chess game. Go.
You're gonna get destroyed. Hold on. Leech. If we get shit magic items, I'm gonna be fucking triggered.
If we what?
If we get shitty magic items, I'm gonna be mad.
The funny thing is we get 2 good ones and 2 bad ones, and the 2 good ones go to Tokian. deaf. That'll be the real name.
We'll just say no.
Or if they're like high items or something. Wait, why are you doing this? Are you trolling already? Okay, I mean, if you're gonna just fucking give me a fucking free pawn, I mean, I'm gonna fucking take your shit. Meta meta bootin. Meta meta bootin. Meta meta bootin.
They don't call me white for nothing.
What the fuck do you mean by that, Mr. Bootin? Moody cakes, moody cakes, moody cakes, moody cake. Moody cakes, moody cakes, moody cakes, moody cakes. Moody cakes, moody cakes.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Moody cakes is a mood. Moody, booty, booty. Mood, mood, moody. Mood.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Huh. Time to find the story of the moot shitter. Ready, guys?
I didn't expect that one. Cringe. 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 Boom. 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 Cringe behavior from me.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
god!
Checkmate, bitch.
Go. Go.
Go.
Okay. Destiny, what song is this? Yeah, you're so dumb. You're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck who has some bad luck because you're a dumb fuck. Big fucking trouble. I mean, if that's how you want to play this shit, Moot. It's game over, dude. It's game over. Game over, dude. It's game over, dude. Oh no, he thought he could fucking sneakerino.
I thought I snuck it. Don't say that.
Shit, never mind.
Do not say that one. Oh no.
See ya. It is chugga mate. Hello?
Oh, what? What's up?
Okay, go. Championship game.
You're gonna lose.
It's finished up. Delivery is on its way.
The champions rounds.
Shut up. Delivery by 7:16. 13 minutes.
No, you shut up.
Are you ready?
Yes, go.
Easy. Step 1, complete. Very small brain move by a very small brain player. Yeah, how many are you gonna give me, Moot? Cause that's another free piece, Moot. That's another free piece, Moot. That's another free piece, Moot. This is another free piece, Moot. So many free pieces, Moot. Oh no, Mr. Mooten, what are you doing? Oh, another free piece. Ba-da-da-da. Ba 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 ba.
Look at him. Look at his head.
Whoa. All right, we're gonna play some high octane Crusher Champion Chest. Go, right now. Go.
Oh no.
Wakanda.
Why would you say Wakanda?
Because it's a Wakanda. They're an important people.
Wakanda. No, can I get that back? Thanks, bitch. Look at his head. Look at him. He's frazzled right now.
I am not even caring because Mr. Mouton is balding. Oh. I'm a beatboxer now, Moot. Dumbass. Look at his fucking...
Look at his
Wait,
face.
no, wait, what? My game is glitched. I'm on top of it. Moot. Look, my game is glitched.
Don't care.
Do you want to see who can get farther in an Ultra Nightmare run?
No, I don't have to prove myself. I took the L on that. I'm not going to take 2 L's.
Good. Do you see the D&D drama going on with one of JP's shows? Wait, what happened? Hold on. Why I quit Far Verona and my thoughts on the matter. Uh-oh. How long is this video? In before 20 minutes. Of fucking memes. Wait, hello?
Hey everyone, Elspeth here. I've noticed that what
3.5
happened on the
minutes.
final episode on season 2 of Far Verona is making its way through social media. I've been thinking about what to say since it happened. Since my character, Johnny Collins, a very old synthetic bartender, was in this scene, I wanted to give my thoughts on the situation and how it affected me as a player.
Damn,
Yes,
she really
I
wrote out
all
like a
this out
whole...
because I'd like
She really wrote out a whole speech for this. Oh wait, she just said that, I think.
here. And yes, I wrote all this out because I'd like to be as clear and understood as possible. There is a trigger warning for sexual assault here, just so that you're aware.
Uh-oh.
In the last episode of Far Verona, my character Johnny takes the group to a mechanic named Rocket, where Johnny states that he's been several times. This is the first time we, the audience, and the players have met this character. Johnny, however, trusts the people and the synths here, saying that he's gone here before to get fixed or patched up. In the last few scenes, my character is asked by Adam's character if he'll join him in the back room. Vanna's character Haley stops Johnny and says something like, "How about I come with you? We don't know this guy." Adam's character bristles at this because he doesn't want Vanna's character joining himself and Johnny. Johnny says it's going to be okay. This is a good guy. He's been here before, etc. And then Johnny and Haley establish a safe word, which is just help. So since Johnny and the rest of the cast had gotten hurt from an explosion earlier, Johnny gets back there thinking, cool, I'm going to get patched up and be on my way like before. Instead, Adam decides that somehow the perfect time for his NPC Rocket to start hitting on Johnny. Johnny backs up because he doesn't know what Rocket is doing. Then seeing Rocket's disappointment, he says, "Hey, I'm down for new adventures." What does that mean to Johnny? Definitely not what happened next, which was getting an orgasm plugged into his sockets with some device that Rocket claims he's used many times.
Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to follow this. So a robot, okay, hold on, I'm sorry, because I don't know any of these fucking people. So a robot guy goes into like a D&D, I'm sorry. So in D&D, a robot player character goes into a repair shop and the NPC plugs in like an orgasm machine into his robot to make him like...
Johnny has no idea what this guy's about to do. No idea what this guy's going to do.
He places the edge of the device against the port and he presses a button. And Johnny has, for the first time in his entire life, whatever the equivalent of a robot orgasm. Right there, it hits you like a truck. Your whole system just like lights up with like positive experience indicators, and your vision like flickers and blurs. Your temperature sensors all go haywire for just a second. Your knees buckle slightly. And I think maybe that's the last shot. I think that's the shot of the episode, is Johnny getting his brain stimulated.
Wow.
By this sexy mechanic.
What a ride it's been.
I feel like this is where Johnny should shout for help. He's just
Yes! Yes! Please!
I guess I don't know I don't know the relationships of any of these people. So this is Haley. This girl is.
The kicker here is that before the episode, Adam wanted to know more about story arcs that I envisioned for Johnny. I said he definitely wanted
Wait, who is it? That's Johnny? Read the name. Johnny Collins. Oh, oh, okay. Fuck, I can't. Oh, never mind. You're right. I don't know why I read that. Okay.
This sexy mechanic.
Yes! Please!
Wait, why didn't she call for help? Okay, never mind. I'm so confused. This is all very confusing to me. I'm sorry.
Upgrades to get rid of that bit crusher on his voice. We wanted to know more about the bartender who replaced Johnny. And specifically, I wanted Johnny to be able to say no to more people, including his friends. The way the episode ended was Johnny laying down willingly and then having this completely alien sensation happen. He was expecting upgrades. He barely has the concept of romance. Then Adam ends the episode there, leaving no room for Johnny to refuse or even just punch Rocket for violating his space. It felt very premeditated, and I was shocked and angry. After everything went down and people were expressing their discomfort, I messaged Adam saying that this was not what I envisioned for Johnny. He apologized for misreading my intent. I'm not sure how one could misread the intent to get fixed up as, let's give this guy an orgasm, but it happened despite the red flags anyway. I lost faith and trust in Adam as a GM, even after role-playing with him before. Hell, I might have even lost faith in him as a friend. Adam continues to say that the game mechanics were not properly in place and that as a group we should have discussed this prior to starting the show. Sure, that's a good idea in hindsight, but if you need to have a talk with your cast beforehand that you're planning on introducing a sexual predator NPC to one of their characters, I guarantee you, not one person would be okay with that, especially not in front of hundreds of people. This isn't a question about what could have prevented it when Adam is literally the one in charge. After rewatching the episode multiple times, I was no longer open to having my character or my name tied to the story, so I quit. And that's it. The rest of the cast and the production team of Verona continue to be wonderful people who I look forward to working with in the future. For now, these are my thoughts and feelings on the matter. To all the fans of the show and of Johnny, I thank you for watching, and thanks for hearing me out. Stay safe,
Hi
stay healthy.
Steven,
Peace.
my Ben Shapiro Mark Dice Love and Father says you're an idiot, so here's an 8th month of subscription for you using his Amazon account.
Okay, I'm gonna... I'm trying to think of like how nuclear level I want to take to be. Hold on. Let's watch this first.
Turn was so far ahead of the actual show in terms of time that it was kind of backfilling, so to speak, a lot of the history and a lot of the other actions that were coming up for the show. So we're gonna try to figure out where the faction turn.
Wait, there's no way this is on ×2 speed right now.
Ends up and what we want to do with that. But yeah, I don't know. Adam, is there anything else for you to
It's
comment
one
on?
of these things where we could have delayed talking about this another 3 or 5 weeks and had more to say, but I wanted to get it out now so that we had that, because every time a week would come, I would see in the Discord people like, well, what's going on with Verona? Like, I noticed this on the schedule, so we just wanted to make sure that everybody knew what was happening, what was going on right now, even if that means saying we don't know what's next. Just this is where we're at right now.
Yeah. A lot of chatter right now about what happened or what scene are they talking about specifically. It is the final scene right before the shoutouts of episode 18. The VOD is open, it's unedited. You can go back and watch the full scene, so you guys can kind of figure out exactly what we're talking about without going too in depth here. So I don't know if there's any questions regarding Far Verona, but we're going to try to kind of get everything situated here at the start around Far Verona so that it's not constantly coming up throughout the rest of the Q&A, so that if we do put out the information later on in the Q&A, it's accessible to everyone and not behind a Patreon paywall. So I'll run through this real quick. Adam, did you happen to see any questions regarding Far Verona specifically in these that were submitted?
Not anything that wasn't kind of covered in that initial. I know a couple of people had questions about why there wasn't a post show. The reason for that was that we were discussing off stream and we were talking about what happened in the episode and working through what was going on. So that's one thing. Yeah, and then mostly just I saw a couple of people who were curious about what was going to happen or like if we were on break or what was going on there. So hopefully that answers everybody's questions that were curious about that. Obviously there'll be more information coming, a lot more things to say about it as we figure it out, but we want to make sure everybody's caught up.
Yeah, and I'll also say, me and Adam are both readily available on Twitter, our own Discords, our own multiple
Wait,
places
they didn't
where you
say
can ask us a
anything.
question.
Wait, did I just not hear anything? Wait, they didn't say anything about it. What are you talking about? Why was I linked
Trying
this?
to be as open as possible about all this stuff. So if you do have a question or concern or anything like that, there's multiple ways to reach out at us. I think we both also have business emails that we quite frequently read. So if you do have any at all questions or commentary on any of that stuff, feel free to shoot us a message about that, because again, we want to be as open.
You skipped to the end? I was linked at a timestamp.
Turn was so far ahead of the actual
patience while we're sorting this out. I know it's hard to see the schedule come up and not have dates on it, not know what's going on, especially with a game like Far Verona, where everyone is so deeply invested in the universe that we've all built together. So thank you for your patience and for continuing to be a part of that Discord server, part of the fandom, being part of roleplay, whether you're a fan of Far Verona or anything else. This has been an eye-opening experience for me specifically, and really a good indicator that we just need to rededicate ourselves to making sure that the players and everyone involved are comfortable. So that's where we're at with Far Verona right now, because I know a lot of people were curious.
Yeah, and my 2 cents on that as well. I think I'll also apologize for kind of not having those safeguards in place. That does not fall purely on Adam as the producer and kind of head of roleplay. That stuff should have been implemented long ago, and it was something that honestly I had never considered. And so if there is a positive outcome for this type of event, is it was very eye-opening and very revelatory in the fact that we need this type of stuff to be present for sure, because it makes a big difference, and it should always kind of be there, so everyone feels safe and everyone can kind of make the story go where they want to, not necessarily where it shouldn't go or where they don't feel safe. That's at the end of the day, we want to promote a show where everyone's having fun, everyone wants to be there, everyone's having a great time, and not necessarily where people feel uncomfortable. That's not our goal whatsoever.
It's one of those things where it's really the only way to be able to safely engage in stories that might be like more adult or more scary or more difficult, and because you don't necessarily know what's going to be upsetting for yourself or for any other player at the table, having those kinds of things in place are definitely something that I'm going to be focusing on more in the future.
Yeah. My other follow-up kind of to what Adam was just talking about is please respect everyone's privacy. If players want to come out and
just drop the nuke. Well, the problem is that I don't have, like, there are nuclear takes I could give, but I don't have the proper context to do it. That's the problem. Like, my nuclear take should be it's a roleplay D&D game. Like, how? Why would you, like, you're gonna be okay. Like, that would be like my gut reaction. But I don't know, like, the pre-existing relationships. Maybe there are clear boundaries that people already have, like, set up. Maybe they've already explicitly stated in the past, like, this is the type of D&D experience that I'm going for. So, like, I have no idea what the greater context is of this game. To me, it just seems like an extremely distasteful joke being taken weirdly seriously. I guess, like, when I play with Koibu, our campaigns feel like it's like pseudo rape, despite it all being fictional. Okay, here's a nuclear take: murder is worse than rape. Okay, but, like, we murder each other all the time in D&D. Like, if you're having a campaign where people are being murdered and tortured and shit, I feel like rape is probably on the table, or some type of sexual assault. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Now, I've never been murdered before, so maybe I have a different experience. The idea that, like, one important thing is to establish, like, what kind of world did they have going into this. That maybe maybe this shouldn't be. Maybe it shouldn't have been, like, appropriate subject matter for the type of thing they're doing. Like, I guess, like, so for instance, let's say that I'm, like, in all of Koibu's worlds, I've said this, I feel like everything is very gritty. Like, I expect almost anything to happen in a Koibu world. But if I, like, signed up to play D&D and I was like, okay, here you go, you guys are playing D&D, you guys are 4 noble adventurers, trying to get a chalice out of, like, a cave, and you're doing it to, like, give the townspeople some money or whatever. It's like, okay, and that's it. I wouldn't expect, like, goblin slayers to come out, or goblin slayer goblins to come out of the cave and start raping the party. Be like, okay, this is, like, way more than what I signed up for, right? So I guess, like, it's possible that they have, like, it's possible that these guys have, like, a world. I don't know, like, this Far Verona world is, like, a more happy-go-lucky kind of place, and they don't do, like, really dark and gritty stuff like that. So maybe they would never have expected that to be on the table. I feel like the cultural context of D&D and shitty gems raping on female players makes it. That's something that I would have expected the DM from ignoring the sexual assault, the triggering, all that bullshit. I would have expected the DM to be a little bit more aware of that because I have heard in D&D scenes that the idea of NPCs interacting with female PCs and then controlling female PCs as a DM, especially in sexual scenarios, is, like, pretty fucking weird. like, I don't know why he would just jump to that without thinking. Is Johnny supposed to be a male character?
Hello?
The Johnny the robot? I mean, it's a male name, but... Yeah, I don't know. Is murder really worse than rape, though? I don't want to get into this conversation because I'm going to get fucking triggered. But I would say yes. Okay, well, this is boring. Can a robot be female? Sounds like she's no longer RPing. No, Destiny? I mean, I imagine a robot generally, and we usually understand them in most contemporary media to have genders, right? Like, I think most people would say, like, C-3PO was, like, a male. I think most robots, like, in contemporary media, seem to have some kind of gender, right? We seem to do that instead of just making them agender. Adam has advocated for things like this in the past. D&D for young DMs and players. Uh-oh. For many veteran players, violence, gore, and the darkest things in RPGs are old hat. We know it's coming. We know we can overcome it. It's somewhat drives us to adventure, but what if the details make your player uncomfortable? How do you know if you went too far with your table? Communication is what makes a story work. I like to introduce a tool to make your story phenomenal, the X card. What is the X card? The X card is an index card with an X drawn on the side. Very nice. I use also on the other side of this picture above. Players uncomfortable with the content for any reason. They tap the card or hold it up to show the DM. If the DM is confident and they know why, they should move on. Okay, why do people talk about stuff like this, but then do stuff that is very contrary to that? Wait, I don't understand. I don't understand why a DM would do it at all. Like, even if the players have some kind of expectation of being raped in that D&D world, why the fuck would it be something you expect when you get upgrades from a mechanic shop as a robot? Yeah, that's true. I guess it depends on, like, how flirty the NPC was. I have no, like I said, I have, like, no backstory to this whatsoever. Wait, Link, what we can watch? I guess we can watch, like, 10 minutes of it leading up to it. Go.
And he says to you, he's like, his eyes are like wide. You can see him like almost like tearing up a little with like, oh God, it's happening. And he says to you, he's like, don't be scared. I've done it before. I can show you. And he reaches over onto the table and he picks up.
Okay, we're going to go to 1 hour, 10 minutes, I guess.
20, 30 times since I got him, but I gotta tell you, I don't have the patch kit. And he hasn't stopped touching you. He's still got his hand on your chest. And he's like,
I'll help you.
Okay.
All right. Break.
So you look back, John, you look back up at Rocket, and Rocket nods like, okay, let's go. So the two of you go into Rocket's like other room. So it has a workbench. It's got like some more tools hanging on the wall, some other stuff like that. And so as you come in, Rocket closes the door behind you and gestures to the bench, and he says, all right, why don't you just sit up on there and we'll take a look at you.
All right.
So he walks over to you and he sets the toolkit down. He takes out a few things like diagnostic tools, and he looks at you and kind of you can see him kind of taking in, like looking for cosmetic damage. And he points to your torso and he's like, your shirt's all shredded to shit. We're gonna need to get that off. And he reaches up and he starts undoing the buttons on your shirt, right? And so he helps you take it off. And underneath, yeah, there's your chassis and yeah, like you've been slightly perforated. Now it's mostly cosmetic damage, but he takes off and he looks and he shakes his head. And he's standing real close to you. He shakes his head and he looks at it and he says, the damn shame. This stuff was always the best. And he puts his hand on your chest, right? So he's touching your like synthetic skin, the skin that covers your chassis. He puts his hand on it and he smiles slightly, sort of wistfully. And he says, really, just luxury work. It's been such a long time. The buds out there, I've replaced their skin 20, 30 times since I got them, but I gotta tell you, I don't have the patch kit. And he hasn't stopped touching you. He's still got his hand on your chest. And he's like, I don't think I have a patch kit that's gonna match up to this magnificence, but we can make sure you don't have any holes in you.
Sure, that'd be great. I'm not really looking to, like, match the quality or anything, but, I just don't want to look like a quilt.
He nods and he says, oh yeah, I don't do Frankensteins in here.
Okay.
He goes over and he takes out what looks like a tube of like transparent caulking, and he walks over and very, very gently applies it to some of the larger like gaps, and it seals and creates a sort of rubberized seal, and it takes on the color of the surrounding tissue. You can still, it looks like scars, right? It's not quite the same tissue, but it's approximately close. And so once he does that a couple of times and he sets it down and he looks at you and he says, I'm gonna need to get a look at your insides. And he takes a step and he puts his hand on the side of your neck so that the tips of his fingers are just behind your ear. And he says, can I open you up?
Go for it, boss.
Okay, so he just gently applies pressure to the back. And you feel a click in the back of your jaw, and your ribs separate and swing open. And he steps back to like let it happen, and he looks at it, and it's like he shakes his head slightly, like I think he mutters quietly to himself, and he says, "Thing like that, really beautiful, beautiful work." Looks at it, and he looks at you. Says, "You're one of the lucky ones."
Yeah? How lucky?
He says, you're part of the second rollout wave. First batch of Johnny's." And he reaches in and very gently touches like an alternator or something inside you. He says, "This valve, it was faulty. It used to break all the time and break down in the middle of a drink." And yeah, he sees places where you've been like repaired in the past, right? Where like other pieces have been installed. And he says, "You've really seen some things, huh?"
I guess.
I'm glad you came here.
Hey, me too. You know, this was actually the first place that popped up. I wasn't even trying to think of anywhere to go. It was just like, bam, you know, like right there.
He smiles and he says, "You know, I got to tell you." And as he's talking, he's again very like delicately taking pieces out of his toolkit and stuff, and he's setting them on the table, getting ready to like fix you. And he looks at you and he says, "You know, I got to be honest. The first time you came in here, I couldn't stop staring. You're so beautiful."
Thanks. You know, I don't really get called beautiful a lot. I guess I just.
When you say, he shakes his head. He says, "That's crazy." And he steps over to you and he puts his hand on your face, like the back of his fingers, like on your face, and he says, You really are. You're just about perfect." And he's standing like 2 inches away from you now, with like his fingers on your face, smiling slightly.
Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. You know, that really makes me feel great. Can you maybe like, you know, I'm just gonna take like a step back here. Just a step.
Yeah, so he pulls his hand away and shakes his head and he's like, "Yeah, shit. So I just thought maybe I'm just running my mouth. I don't know. Never mind." And he like turns and he knocks a wrench off the table and he's like, shit. He like kneels down to get it and you see him and I think you hear him and he puts his hand on his head as he's like going to pick the thing up and he's just like, "Stupid Rocket, come on, what are you doing?" And he gets back
Johnny
up. And he's just
doesn't
like,
have the.
and you can see he's trembling.
I don't think he has the ability to recognize like he has been hit on before, but I'm not sure if he was ever programmed
I imagine
to.
lots of drunk like housewives,
lots of drunk
husbands
people.
abandon them. Are just like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I don't think
Johnny,
he's
so
ever.
handsome."
Yeah, I don't think he's ever been programmed to respond like romantically or recognize attraction. Right? I don't think he's ever. Yeah.
As a counterpoint, you were also not programmed to drive a car, Johnny.
That's so
Today is a
true.
day of exciting
That's
new
so true.
feelings.
So I think he can see that this person wanted to display like affection or have like a tender moment. So he goes over to him and he kind of like puts his hand on his back and
You feel him like freeze up a little, like, "Oh God."
Hey, listen. I am open to new adventures. So I don't want you to feel weird about anything, but I think it's kind of like when you have a glass of water and you're not really thirsty, you just kind of drink it, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
So yeah, he's standing up and he says,
I mean, like, obviously, if you're doing stuff like this, you should probably clear it ahead of time with players or have, like, very clear communications about boundaries and all of that. This is gonna sound fucking rape victim blaming as fuck or whatever. I'm sorry. But goddamn, dude, like, she's even communicating out of character with him and everything. He probably feels like he has the go-ahead. Like...
to you, he's like,
This is why for me... This is why when I do sexual encounters, this is why I never, ever, ever negotiate anything on the spot ever. I usually have, like, ultra clear conversations beforehand about what the person is okay with and what the person isn't okay with, because trying to negotiate stuff on the spot, like, always leads to, like, or not always, most of the time it goes okay, but sometimes it can be really disastrous, where people, like, where people will like say things or do things in the heat of the moment that later on they'll be like, "Well, I don't think I was comfortable with that. Well, when I think about it, I don't know if I would blah 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 blah." And that kind of seems like, because like she's even like out of character, like, "Oh, well, I don't know how my character would respond to that. Like, oh, I don't know if he'd recognize this. So yeah, I go in for a moment of tenderness, blah blah blah." And it's like,
his eyes are like wide. You can see him like almost like tearing up a little with like, "Oh God, it's happening." And he says to you, he's like, "Don't be scared. I've done it before. I can show you."
Destiny, she's saying that her character doesn't have the ability to turn someone down because he can't understand, and she was communicating that to him. Yeah, but she's not communicating that she's uncomfortable, doesn't want the event to happen. She's literally saying, like, "Oh yeah, I don't think my character could do anything about that. So like, let's go ahead, let's continue." That's my takeaway from this.
And he reaches over onto
Didn't she say a glass of water she doesn't want? Yeah, but the roleplay feels like a the roleplay feels like the robot is kind of aloof and clueless and doesn't really know what's going on, but out of character, like they're okay with like the direction that it's headed. I think she's uncomfortable calling the DM a creep on stream. I mean, you don't have to call him a creep. You can just say like, "Hey, I'm like uncomfortable in the direction that this is headed." Like that's it. Or even like send him a DM. Like you can just. I imagine these guys probably have Discord or Skype or whatever the fuck people use these days. Just like send him a DM like, "Hey, like I don't think I want this to go this direction."
to the table, and he picks up some kind of like device, right? It's got a plug on one end and some buttons on the handle, and he says, I'm gonna do it real gentle the first time, and you tell me how it feels.
Okay? Gimme, man.
And
okay,
he said,
you know, there's social pressure on a live stream not to do that. Okay, but like, come on, we're streamers. We're big. Is this a famous person? Like, can't you set the example to some extent? Like, I understand that it's hard, but these are supposed to be like the best of us, right? Like, if these are people that are famous or celebrities are able to do this stuff or handling it, like, come on, you should be able to negotiate. This is a pretty fucking easy thing as far as like negotiating like situations goes. Unless maybe if she was like a really small content creator, if she was like a really like unknown person, and then she's like kind of pressured to be here or whatever. And maybe like, fuck, like, I don't know if I'm going to like jeopardize stuff, then sure, I don't know, maybe she is. If she is, then I can understand this a lot more. But like, like, to message someone and say, hey, I'm not comfortable with that, I don't think that's an extraordinary burden that you'd place on someone. Like, you should be able to handle that. It's hard as fuck to be confrontational at all. You're super extroverted, so it's easy for you. Okay.
He says there's a port in the back of your neck. You can feel it, and he gently, like, he puts his hands up like you're a scared animal. He's like, let me.
This DM just tweeted a bunch of... I don't give a fuck what everybody's going to tweet about it. I already know the fucking... The tweets. The guy should have cleared it beforehand, of course. But everybody's going to take an example out of this to talk about, like, oh, with my players, I would never do anything to betray my queens. Like, I already see, like, I can already write every single fucking tweet that's ever going to be written about this. Lock me in a room for 30 minutes, and I can write every single fucking tweet that's ever going to be written about this event. Like, I don't need to fucking go through, like, obviously the guy should have cleared something like this beforehand. If for no other reason... because of like the culture, especially today, it's current year. Like you should, especially with everything going on, you should be way more not tone deaf, tone hearing. I don't know what the opposite of tone deaf is, but like you're being pretty tone deaf in going with this. Sure, that's fine. But do you agree the scene is mega cringe though? I mean, not necessarily. You've got like a really flirty NPC that's doing like flirty cringy shit. Like it's. I mean, I don't think it's like extra. I mean, like, everything in D&D is cringe if you put it that way, right? Is this not the point of roleplay? Having stuff happen to your character that the player does not want to happen but fails to prevent anyway? Sure, I guess. I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's whatever. Okay, Destiny, fine. We just thought at first you were putting all the burden on the woman.
Nathan,
well, I mean, like, you can tell somebody if you're uncomfortable with something, I guess. Or maybe not. Maybe that's too much. I don't know. Sorry. I guess it's too much today.
Do you think it could be sexual coercion?
I mean, it could be with more context. It's possible, sure.
If something happens to me, Chad, just know I liked Nebraska Steve over California Steven.
Nice. This kid's probably come out and been
always wins.
Ultra apologetic about everything. Of course, he has no option. It's boring. I can fucking print. You can fucking wake me up at 2 a.m. and ask me to write these PR statements. I could do it and go back to sleep without ever even knowing I was awake. Okay, it's good. All right, thank you for that. I feel like he backed off and then she came back and okayed it. Yeah, yeah, that is the feeling that he had. I know 100%. 100%. Because the character messed up. This is like, we're going nuclear level takes. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. The character knew that he messed up, and then he backed off, and he was like, oh no, what am I thinking, Rocket? I'm so dumb, or whatever. And he said it, and then the the person made her player character go back to the guy and then engage in more physical contact. So like the DM was probably thinking like, okay, yeah, like they're okay with like however the scene plays out or whatever. Because she could have just as easily said like, oh, okay, well like, yeah, okay, well we're done with that, and then just ended it there without making the robot go back over and literally start touching the guy again, right? Like she could have just as easily done that, but she didn't. She opted to like to like go and engage in like physical contact and stuff. So the DM was probably like, okay, well they're okay with it playing out. Destiny, they literally said, I'm ready to explore new things. Yeah, it super duper seemed like outside of the context of like everything that goes on in the world today, 100% it seemed like the player character was okay with everything. Like,
any work.
I mean, like we can go, okay. So, I'll tell you what's going on like in the DM's mind in terms of like reading this. Hold on. This is going to be debated for fucking weeks. I hate it. And 90% of you fucking morons on the internet, you have no idea how anything related to consent even works. So it's even more fucking triggering me to listen to anybody talk about it. But okay, let's go. Here we go, all right? Before we begin, so the way to avoid all of this, and I've given this take a million fucking times over. People have made fun of me for it in the past. I don't give a fuck. Here's my take. When you're going to do anything sexual with anybody ever, negotiate all of it beforehand in a dispassionate moment. When people are in the heat of a moment, they do things that they regret sometimes, okay? It is totally possible that you are...
I am cooming.
Cool. Fucking around with a girl, ask her if you want to fuck her ass. She says, yeah, fuck it, go for it. Because she's horny at the time or whatever. Maybe she doesn't really want to do it. Maybe she never wants to do anal, but she does it at the time. And then afterwards, it's like, oh, fuck me. Like, why did I do that? I regret it. I feel horrible now, blah, 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 blah. Don't negotiate stuff like this in the heat of the moment. Always okay it beforehand. The DM should have messaged her and should have said like, hey, let's go over this thing and then figure out if this is a good idea or not a good idea or whatever. 100%. Okay, there you go. But he didn't do that. So let's watch two people in real time try to negotiate an awkward situation and see what happens. Okay.
I gotta tell you, I don't have the patch kit, and he hasn't stopped touching you. He's still got his hand on your chest, and he's like,
We'll go back to 1 hour and 9 minutes. Good luck.
Like, your shirt's all shredded to shit. We're gonna need to get that off. And he reaches up and he starts undoing the buttons on your shirt, right? And so he helps you.
Prior to this, I don't know how far back it was, but prior to this, the Johnny robot has actually established a safe word already. They've said the safe word is help, but
he helps you take it off. And underneath, yeah, there's your chassis and yeah, like you've been slightly perforated. Now it's mostly cosmetic damage, but he takes off and he looks and he shakes his head. And he's standing real close to you. He shakes his head and he looks at it and he says, the damn shame. This stuff was always the best. And he puts his hand on your chest.
Not with the NBC. No, not with the NBC, but with the Haley character, I think, that Johnny would shout help if he needed help with anything or whatever.
Right? So he's touching your like synthetic skin, the skin that covers your chassis. He puts his hand on it and he smiles slightly, sort of wistfully. And he says, really, just luxury work.
So we're already getting pretty creepy vibes from the NPC, right? NPC seems like pretty rapey, pretty creepy. I think we've established that so far, right? I think most people should be able to read the room and see that, right?
In such a long time. The buds out there, I've replaced their skin 20, 30 times since I got them, but I gotta tell you, I don't have the patch kit, and he hasn't stopped touching you. He's still got his hand on your chest.
Yeah, like, the DM is making it very clear. This is a pretty rapey robot, or robot repairer, I guess. I don't know, engineer.
I don't think I have a patch kit that's gonna match up to this magnificence, but we can make sure you don't have any holes in you.
Sure, that'd be great. I'm not really looking to match the quality or anything, but I just don't want to look like a quilt.
So right now, we don't know if the player character, if Elpsy, whatever the fuck her name is, we don't know if she is aware yet that the robot is being creepy, if she hasn't picked up on that, or if she is and she's playing the character like the character doesn't know at all. It's hard to tell so far, but we'll see.
He nods, and he says, oh yeah, I don't do Frankensteins in here.
Okay.
He goes over and he takes out what looks like a tube of like transparent caulking, and he walks over and very, very gently applies it to some of the larger like gaps in it. It seals and creates a sort of rubberized seal, and it takes on the color of the surrounding tissue. You can still, it looks like scars, right? It's not quite the same tissue, but it's approximately close. And so once he does that a couple of times, and he sets it down, and he looks at you, and he says, I'm gonna need to get a look at your insides. And he takes a step, and he puts his hand on the side of your neck, so that the tips of his fingers are behind your ear. And he says, can I open you up?
Go for it, boss.
Okay, so he just gently applies pressure to the back. You feel a click in the back of your jaw, and your ribs separate and swing open. And he steps back to like let it happen, and he looks at it, and it's like he shakes his head slightly, like I think he mutters quietly to himself. And he says, "Thing like that, really beautiful, beautiful work." He looks at it, and he looks at you. He says, "You're one of the lucky ones."
Yeah, how lucky?
He says, "You're part of the second rollout wave. First batch of Johnny's." He reaches in and very gently touches like an alternator or something inside you. He says, "This valve, it was faulty. It used to break all the time and break down in the middle of a drink. And yeah, he sees places where you've been like repaired in the past, right? Where like other pieces have been installed. And he says, "You've really seen some things, huh?"
I guess.
I'm glad you came here.
Hey, me too. You know, this was actually the first place that popped up. I wasn't even trying to think of anywhere to go. It was just like, bam, you know, like right there.
He smiles and he says, "You know, I got to tell you." And as he's talking, he's again very like delicately taking pieces out of his toolkit and stuff. And he's setting them on the table, getting ready to like fix you. And he looks at you and he says, "You know, I got to be honest. The first time you came in here, I couldn't stop staring. You're just so beautiful."
Thanks. You know, I don't really get called beautiful a lot. I guess I just.
He shakes his head. He says, "That's crazy." And he steps over to you and he puts his hand on your face, like the back of his fingers, like on your face. And he says, You really are. You're just about perfect." And he's standing like 2 inches away from you now, with, like his fingers on your face, smiling slightly.
Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. You know, that really makes me feel great. Can you maybe like, you know, I'm just gonna take like a step back here.
Okay, so clearly the person, now we don't know how long, because I can't see into her brain, and she's not giving very many clues. We don't know how long she's known that the NPC is being creepy as fuck. But now the player definitely knows, and now the in-person player character is responding as well and is backing up. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, so he pulls his hand away and shakes his head and he's like, "Yeah, shit, so I just thought maybe, I'm just running my mouth. I don't know. Never mind." And he like turns and he knocks a wrench off the table and he's like, shit. He like kneels down to get it and you see him and I think you hear him and he puts his hand on his head as he's like going to pick the thing up and he's just like, stupid.
Now, we can't do historical counterfactuals. We don't know what would have happened, but it seems as though at this point, the DM has made the NPC back off. Like, oh, okay, like the NPC realizes he's fucked up. The PC, the player character, is not like, okay with what's going on. And then like, so it seems like, okay, well, the creepy sexual kind of encounter is like, is over. That's what it seems, right?
Rocket, come on, what are you doing? And he gets back up.
Doesn't have the.
And you can see he's trembling.
I don't think he has the ability to recognize like he has been hit on before.
Okay, if you read the room, everyone started smiling again. Okay. Hold on, I'm sorry. I haven't eaten yet, so I'm actually like a little grumpy, believe it or not. Okay. Smiling doesn't mean anything ever, okay? Smiling has nothing to do with how a person feels. If you think that smiling means they're happy, don't read into smiles, ever, because you can't, okay? People smile and laugh all the time in regards to incredibly uncomfortable situations. It is entirely possible that you could be on the verge of murdering or raping somebody and they're kind of like smiling or laughing it off with a very nervous kind of laughter or smile. The idea that, oh, everybody's laughing, they're cool, that's stupid. Now, I'm not saying that like all of this is horrible, blah, blah, but just the idea that like people are smiling and now they're okay with it has nothing to do with whether or not they're okay with it, okay? Don't ever fucking say that. Okay, sorry. Back.
But I'm not sure if he was ever programmed to.
Lots of drunk like housewives.
Lots of drunk
husbands
people.
Abandon them. Are just
Yeah,
like, oh,
I don't think he's ever. Yeah, I don't think he's ever been programmed to respond like romantically or recognize attraction. Right? I don't think he's ever. Yeah.
So now the player person, right? Is Elspeth or whatever. Is now she is aware of everything that's going on in game, and now she's having a meta conversation about it. She's having an out of character conversation about, okay, well, how would Johnny respond to a guy that's being like really creepy and rapey? Well, I don't know if Johnny would even know to like rebuff his advances or whatever. Yeah, you know, maybe he wouldn't. Blah blah blah. And then the DM gives some.
Yeah.
As a counterpoint, you were also not programmed to drive a car, Johnny.
That's so true.
That's
so true. So I think he can see that this person wanted to display like affection or have like a tender moment. So he goes over to him. And
so after the situation has already been disengaged, okay? So 1, we had a creepy encounter. 2, situation is now relatively de-escalated. Maybe not completely, but pretty de-escalated. 3, the player characters acknowledged that they are aware that the DM's NPC was being creepy and sexual. And with all of this on the table, now the player character decides to re-engage that character, the NPC, in a physical or intimate manner. The DM 100% figured that, oh, she's probably okay with like the level that this is going to. 1,000,000%. Everybody's saying, it seems like in this moment she says, I feel my character is not capable of giving consent. You're so fucking stupid. You're mind-numbingly fucking stupid. Fuck off. Like, oh, well, you know, like, I'm playing my player character, but I don't know if he can say no to these things that are making me completely and totally uncomfortable. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean? It's an out of character. This is D&D. You know this isn't real, right? You know that this is a role-playing game. You know that none of this is real, right? Like, what kind of argument is it? Like, oh yeah, so like you were violently raping my character, and like, yeah, I totally understand in game. Like, I don't think I'd be able to defend myself. Like, yeah, especially once you broke my knees. Like, I can't, the penetration just gonna happen over and over again. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back into the role play. Okay, like, what do you mean? Like, if you're not comfortable with it, then when you're having the out of character conversation, that's exactly when you have the conversation. What do you mean? How you saying? Oh yeah, well she's giving all the reason right now. Like, if she's giving the reason why the player character like doesn't want to do this, or the player herself doesn't want to be involved in this, then this is the time to say it. Is you're in out of character. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, oh well, they're just telling right now that in story they're not able to give consent. That's fine. It's okay if you can't give consent in story. No one here gives a fuck about Johnny Collins, okay? What we're worried about is the actual person. Is Elspeth, is she herself uncomfortable with the situation? That's who the consent is worried about, right? And arguably, we can say that there is a form. Arguably, it seems like there must be some kind of consent here because we're having an out-of-character meta conversation about what's happening. No one has expressed discomfort about it that's involved in the situation, and she's choosing to continue on with the situation. Now, there are other reasons why we can say, in the heat of the moment, it's not going to negotiate, things like this, et cetera, of course, which I would agree with. They do happen a lot, though. But, like, I can understand from the DM's point of view why he thought, oh, yeah, it seems like she's okay, so we're going to continue forward.
And he kind of, like, puts his hand on his back, and,
You feel him, like, freeze up a little, like, oh, God.
Hey, listen,
What about the other players' reactions? The girl in the top right is very uncomfortable. The girl in the top right can fuck off. I don't give a fuck. If you're sitting by somewhere and you're uncomfortable and you don't have the fucking gall to say anything, then you should shut your fucking mouth and not say shit fucking afterwards. Because what the fuck is... Have you ever heard... there's a million quotes I can say. Nothing irritates me more than people that stand by and watch somebody like going through some tough shit or going through some fucked up shit where they could easily say something and do nothing, and then they come out afterwards and they talk about it. Fuck off. Shut the fuck up. If you don't have the courage or anything to stand up and do anything when shit is going wrong right now, then fuck you. You're not worth shit to me, okay? I don't give a fuck if this person is uncomfortable this whole time and can't DM they can't send a DM to the player, they can't send a DM to the dungeon master, they can't say anything verbally. Like, fuck, I don't give a fuck what you think. Your thoughts are worthless to me and everybody else in the world. Fuck off.
am open to new adventures. So I don't want you to feel weird.
Okay, but regardless from that, because this Haley person does look really uncomfortable because I've seen them do like a lot of like very uncomfortable, nervous smiles or whatever. But if you're uncomfortable, see, remember when you go to the airports all the time, right? Remember when you go to the airports, what do they say? What do they say at the airports, guys? Where are they at? We're in chat. Who knows what they say in the airports all the time? Yep, the DJ's got it. If you see something, say something.
About anything. But I think it's kind of like when you have a glass of water and you're not really thirsty, you just kind of drink it, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
So yeah, he's standing up and he says to you, he's like, his eyes are like wide, you can see him like almost like tearing up a little with like, oh God, it's happening. And he says to you, he's like, don't be scared. I've done it before. I can show you. And he reaches over onto the table and he picks up some kind of like device. Right?
Wait, we missed the new experience.
Does that make sense?
So yeah, he's standing up and he said,
hold on.
Feel weird about anything, but I think it's kind of like when you have a glass of water and you're not really thirsty, you just kind of drink it, you know what I mean?
Wait, when did the open to new experiences line come out? Hold on.
Am open to new adventures. So I don't want you to feel weird about anything.
Oh shit, that was it. Sorry, I was reading chat.
Yeah. Am open to new adventures.
Like when the players themselves have had an out of character conversation about what's going on, and then the player character himself is saying things like, I'm open to new adventures, I can totally understand why the DM here thinks he has the green light to go forward with this. 100%. Like, he has gotten like every social cue necessary. Like, the only fuck up here was that he should have talked about it explicitly beforehand with all the players. That's what he should have done. That was his big fuck up. But in terms of like reading the room and reading the signals or whatever, like, it seems like Elspeth is okay with everything that's going on. Well, I think that's a totally reasonable thing, okay, to come to the assumption for, with the out of character conversation happening, with the de-escalation of the creepy sexual encounter, and then with Johnny, that character, re-engaging with it after having an out of character conversation about clearly what was going on. I think 100%.
So I don't want you to feel weird about anything, but I think it's kind of like when you have a glass of water and you're not really thirsty, you just kind of drink it, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
So yeah, he's standing up and he says to you, he's like, his eyes are like wide, you can see him like almost like tearing up a little with like, oh God, it's happening. And he says to you, he's like, don't be scared. I've done it before. I can show you. And
All
he
right.
reaches over onto the table and he picks up some kind of like device, right? It's got a plug on one end. And
Everything she said has been deflecting and de-escalating. That's not true at all. Reapproaching a character that you've taken a step back from, putting your arm on them, having an intimate conversation, and saying you're open to new experiences is absolutely not a de-escalation. You're re-escalating at that point. Like, I don't know. This is why, I don't believe what people say. I don't believe what people, you have to read so much into people. Have these conversations beforehand. Just fucking have the conversations beforehand. That's it. It's so easy to do it. It's not worth trying to figure out anything beforehand. It's such a waste of time. I like how the narrative is going to be spun on this too. Sexual assault scene. Jesus. Like, reading this, so Adam must have had, a character, fucking rape the shit out of a female NPC, or a female PC or whatever. It's basically a line abusers use to coerce victims into going along with rape, or excuse what they did after.
Love you, BB.
Well, rip, this guy's fucked. There's nothing he can do to control this narrative, so see you later. Adam was once a mutual friend of mine. He's now blocked and I'll have no further contact. As a larger voice in TTRPG Twitter, and also a survivor, I'm so sorry for what happened to you. I can't do this. I can't talk about this, or I'm gonna fucking drop so many fucking nukes, dude. The radiation, I can't. We're not. Okay. I'm done with that. Holy shit. Was she when she said she's a survivor, did she mean of D&D or of I'm sorry, all right, now I'm really done. This is way too much. We're running ads. Like Jesus Christ.
So they mass reported me. I got permabanned for doxing. But anyways,
why do you think people don't usually have prior conversations? I'm wondering how much is laziness and how much is just never having considered it. I think most people overestimate their ability in real life to figure out what somebody is. Well, there's several reasons why somebody could. Okay, so on the gooder side of things, people underestimate their ability or overestimate their ability to recognize signals and signs in real life. People overestimate other people's ability to show discomfort. Oh, well, if she's not comfortable with something, I'm sure she'll say something. That's not always true. People underestimate their own ability to have self-control in real life. Okay, well, I'm sure if we're doing something she's not into it, I can stop and disengage and it'll be fine. I think those are the three reasons why... some of it could be due to awkwardness. You're worried that, if I bring it up now, maybe it'll make it awkward, it'll ruin the mood. In movies and everything, it's kind of sold that men just do, right? We don't ask questions about things first. It destroys the romance. It's better to just go with the flow and blah, blah, blah. All of these are reasons. On the more malicious side of things, and the more malicious end of the spectrum, you might wonder, some people might not ask beforehand because they think there's a comment saying, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. So maybe you just fuck up in the moment and then you just say sorry, oh, sorry. Later on, you're just oh, sorry about that, whatever, my bad. Maybe you think that you can pressure them into doing something in the moment that they wouldn't necessarily have agreed to beforehand. That's those are that's on the malicious end of the spectrum, but I would say that if we were to agree that last encounter was bad, I think that alongside the DM, every other person in that encounter should share some of the blame. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, dude. I don't think I'm a hero or anything, but if I see people in real life that need help, I usually try to help them. I mean, I don't know. I think several people that I've been with have told stories like this. If somebody needs help putting something into a car, if somebody can't afford a grocery, I'll usually oh, hey, let me help you with that. I can do this. This is easy for me. It's not hard for me to help an old lady load some groceries into her car and then park the cart for her. These are easy things to do, right? If you're in a situation where you see something is really fucked up, and you're just quiet. Well, what the fuck are you? What are you doing? What is your value as a human? I have a really big problem with people that don't live their principles. It bothers the fuck out of me. It drives me so fucking crazy. Like, if you're gonna sit here and get on the internet, oh, we should do this and that and blah, blah, blah. But when it's time for you to step up and act right and do something, and you can't, and you just sit there in silence or awkwardly giggling or laughing, well, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you to tell anybody to do anything if you can't do fuck all for yourself? This is the easiest type of situation you're ever gonna be in your entire life. It's 5 fucking internet nerds playing virtual Dungeons and Dragons online, and there's a situation you're comfortable with. If you can't step up and do something here, what are you gonna do when your friend tells you that she feels like really fucking wasted at a party and she's only had 1 drink, and then she disappears? Or what are you gonna do when a friend messages you and says like, hey, like, I'm at a guy's house, things are really weird, like, can you come pick me up? Or what are you gonna do? Like, there are millions of more situations that are infinitely more complicated and difficult and like life-threatening and pressing than being in a room with 4 other people playing Dungeons and Dragons. If you can't step up and say anything there, you're not gonna do anything in real life. You're worthless. You can't do fuck all about anything. Like, buy a bodyguard or use your money to get somebody that can actually step up for you when you're actually called to act. I don't know. That, whatever, man. That's... So, like, if shit got fucked in that episode, every other person should share the blame for it. DJ Week could have said something. Haley, the girl that was there doing fucking face acting the entire time, could have said something, one thing during that entire encounter. The Autumn guy or girl, I'm sorry, I don't know what their pronouns are, could have said something. Like, everybody else in that conversation could have stepped up to say anything. Nobody said a fucking thing. So... They could have, or they should have. If they think that they need to, if they think that something is happening that's wrong, then they should have. Wait, what is this? Don't ruin my day. Wait, what the fuck is this shit? What? Spoilers for the new Final Fantasy VII game. This can't be real. You guys are fucking memeing. No. Spoilers, don't... The events of Final Fantasy VII and Advent Children have already happened in... Why am I reading the word timeline? This must be April Fool's. No. There is no time travel in Final Fantasy VII anywhere ever. There is no time travel. There was never time travel. There shouldn't be time travel. The ghost things are whispers of fate that try to keep the characters in line with the original game. Biggs and Wedge live. Jesse unsure. It's a troll. This has to be a troll. Sephiroth kills Barrett, but the whisperers revert time. It's got to be a troll. It's a troll. After the highway chase, Cloud and company fight the Whispers of Fate and beat them, making it so they're no longer bound by the original Final Fantasy VII storyline so Eris can live. During the battle, the party is shown the clip of an old Nanaki, that's Red 13, with his cubs running towards a destroyed Midgar. This was the cutscene at the end of Final Fantasy VII. Red 13 guesses it's... Oh, of an old Nanaki. Oh, I'm sorry. That could just mean any of Red 13's kind. Red 13 guesses it's a vision of the future that awaits them if they fail, showing that the original ending, saving the planet, is now considered the bad ending. Sephiroth shows up after beating them. Fight is basically Advent Children tier of anime bullshit with Eris and Today joining in. Today? That's the new soldier guy? Is that his name? Why is he here still? Why does he mean anything in this game? Sephiroth gets a Blackwing mid-fight because of course he fucking does. Sephiroth travels back in time to stop himself. After beating Sephiroth, Cloud and the gang must stop Sephiroth, who despite helping them stop Sephiroth was still evil because he's Sephiroth. Why While this happens, we flash back to Zack surviving his last stand in an alternate timeline. After being separated, he teleports Cloud to the edge of creation, asks for his help in defying destiny together. He refuses and fights someone to the final Omni-Slash duel and chooses. The party escapes Midgard. We continue Zack's scene with him walking to Midgard with a comatose Cloud holding on to him. Remake Eris and alternative Zack sense each other. No way. Barrett death?
A part of...
Wait.
Nothing. Just that you were the same rank. A part of myself.
Tonight marks a new beginning. For Shinra.
No. What? Oh no. What is happening? How could this... Why would you do this?
Oh. そっか.
An enemy of Earth is an enemy of Avalanche.
God.
Wait, is this the end of the game?
Wants to destroy the whole planet, doesn't he? An enemy of Earth is an enemy of Avalanche.
What?
Almost there, God. We're almost there.
What is happening? Why is this happening? Wait, why would you do this?
Cloud!
Why would you do so much? Destruction. Why would you do so much to destroy the game? Just remake it. It's not that hard. It all makes sense if you think about it.
Aerith!
Oh god, I can do the Aerith meme.
Hey, we found you. I guess you did.
What are these? I don't know what fight that is.
Look at his face, chat. Pepe laugh.
This is at the end of the highway after they drive off. They're supposed to fight the big motor robot here before they leave Midgar.
Don't. And you're...
Oh my god. Don't woof. What? Why would you change so much? I listen. Why do people do time travel? I've seen 2 time travel things done well now. At this point in my life, I've seen 2 time travel things done well. Number 1 was Steins Gate. Okay? Hell yeah. And number 2, I just recently watched this movie, was Donnie Darko. I actually thought they did it really well in that movie as well. Interstellar is definitely not an example of time travel done well. And neither is Endgame. Stop. Dude, I'm so I'm so triggered. Here's what I thought. I think I gave this prediction on stream in the past. Oh, so something that I predicted a long time ago. As someone who finished the game last night, stay away from the internet if you want to avoid major spoilers. The game has more significant changes than people would imagine. Changes so significant that the remake title could even be questioned. There are already videos and streams of the whole game up, so please be going fresh here. So my prediction a long time ago, I don't know if anybody remembers this, my prediction was, I bet that they're going to find a way to either revive Eris or make it so she never died. That was my prediction for what I thought would be a big change they might make to the game. But even on that, I was like 50-50. Would they actually go that far? I'm not sure. Oh God. Oh no. Okay. How is Animal Crossing? Are you liking it?
I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I don't know how to put this to you. Well, you're another streamer. You might get it. It's the first game in a long time that I've had genuine fun with.
Oh God. Just never mind. I don't want to talk about games. I got the hiccups. Sorry. Oh God, when you said first game you've had fun with in a long time, I thought back to some games that I used to have fun with. I played this.
Daisy.
No, Final Fantasy VII. Oh God.
Sorry, I saw what happened earlier. I was memeing
on you. My
I thought it was a remake.
God.
Like they were
It's
just gonna do it
supposed to
verbatim.
be a remake.
It's a reboot.
What the
What they meant.
fuck? I have the goddamn hiccups.
Or my Japanese friend is remake and reboot the same word in Japanese. That would be cool. What would our characters do? Because I feel like if we set up a bank,
I'm actually so triggered that I have the hiccups right now, Mr. Moon. Can you help me get rid of these real quick, please? It's actually bothering me so much. Help me. What do I do?
if you say it, they'll go away.
Okay, I'm gonna say it.
Just say it.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna force to will these away. Hold on.
Hold your breath. That's a good one. Or peanut butter in the mouth. I heard that's a good one too.
Okay, they're gone.
And retire everything, or do we?
Hold on.
Take the magic items and keep going.
My grandfather, a man who hailed from Nicaragua, practiced medicine in New York for the better part of his life. In my last visit, he gave me the key to the universe, scientific way to get rid of hiccups every time. I've never had it fail and always gets rid of the hiccups. Today, I showed you the secret. Fill your lungs with your mouth. Very important to use your mouth. You have a ticklish feeling if you're about to hiccup. I'm feeling it. Wait, no way.
I feel like you just got placeboed though.
Wait, did I?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Worked. We did it, Reddit.
Holy shit. Wait.
Feels Reddit, man.
Oh my god. I don't think you should ever give somebody something to eat and then lie about the contents of what's in it. I think all of it is almost equally bad. I think that you could argue that there are some levels that are worse than others, like poisoning somebody, for instance, is probably worse than lying about what it is. But even if it's just like, oh, that was actually vegan food, I don't think you should lie about the type of food you give somebody.
Oh, I talked to Pikachu about something. Do you think if you're non-binary, by default, would that make you pansexual?
No.
Well, how would it not?
Because
when you're pansexual,
non-binary is like it's like a sexual identity or whatever, not an orientation. Like you could be non-binary but still exclusively date like men or women or something.
But you yourself though are not a man. You're non-binary.
Tricking someone about the contents of the food is shitty, but tricking someone into bringing their ethics is an additional layer of moral wrong. I have like maybe a little more extreme take on this, but I think that like having somebody ingest something that you're misleading them about, I think is tantamount to rape. I think it's very close to it. Whether you're doing it by tricking them into taking a drug or lying about like the contents of stuff. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a really, 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 really bad thing to do. I think it's really, really, really bad. I don't know. Like the stuff that you eat and take into your body, like it's just, I don't know. I think it's really, really, really bad to fuck around with that and to like lie about that kind of stuff. Also, I think that if somebody were to tell me like, oh, well, like, as long as they don't have like a moral or ethical whatever to it, that's different. Like, it's not really on you to tell me what I'm morally or ethically okay with. It's almost like you're trying to make that evaluation for me. Like, oh, like you should be okay with this because I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, like what if my morals or ethics? What if I'm just morally opposed to being force-fed stuff that I don't approve of? Like, or being fed, like that could be like the moral. That's it. Like, I don't know. Or that surprise that cake doesn't have added sugar. Surprising someone by saying a cake is gluten-free. I mean, like, I guess that wouldn't necessarily be a big deal, but when you say something like, I'm surprising them by saying it's gluten-free or it's vegan or whatever, the implication is that you know that you're giving them something that they wouldn't have taken
What
anyways.
if I say it?
And that feels really, really, really wrong to me. I would feel disgusted if somebody did that to me. Like, why are you like tricking me into eating shit? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't like that. I think that there's like a level of acceptability if you're doing it with like your kids to get them to eat vegetables. Maybe if it's maybe something different like that. Or like two like consenting like grown adults or whatever. Like lying about the contents of their food to trick them into eating something they wouldn't otherwise. Ugh, that feels really gross to me. Especially because when you say, like, I'm tricking you into doing it, the implication there is that, like, you know they wouldn't do it otherwise. So you're, like, deliberately, like, trying to undermine their autonomy.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta make a call.
Sure.
Hello?
How can it be an issue if it isn't something that won't harm them? But, like, do you understand, like, the problem? Like, it's not really for you to make that determination. Like, it's kind of like somebody says, like, oh, like, I have a fear of clowns, and then you show up with, like, a giant clown. Like, dude, it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to harm you. Like, it's just, like, a joke. Like, what's up? Like, that just, like, I don't want to be lied to. I guess we don't really think about this all the time because eating is one of those things that we kind of take for granted. But, like, eating is, like, one of the most intimate things that you can do. You're literally taking something into your body. Like, it doesn't get much more intimate than that. Like, this is, like, something that's, like... So if you're lying to me about what you're giving me, like, holy shit, it sends up so many fucking red flags. Like, if that's the kind of thing that's, like, a joke to you, like, I don't know. I think that it's about comparable to, like, trick feeding a vegan meat or something. Like, I don't know. I just think it's really, really, really bad to do that. People keep bringing up, like, you could trigger someone's allergies. You could, but I don't even think that's necessary. I don't want to feel like somebody else is tricking me into ingesting something that I'm not okay with ingesting. Like, tricking children into eating food is different. We don't care about children's autonomy anyway. That's different. Destiny, it's a lack of something as opposed to the it doesn't matter if it's a lack or an inclusion. That what you're doing with doesn't matter. It's the concept that you're feeding something to somebody that you don't think they would otherwise eat, and then you're lying about that in order to do so.
Hi.
What if they give you something you don't like by accident? If things happen on accident, that's fine. If somebody like serves you up like a vegan hamburger or some shit and you eat it and you thought it was a normal hamburger but nobody like clarified or said anything and you're like, oh, that was, and you're like, oh shit, whatever. Like that's fine, that's whatever. But if you're intentionally concealing it because you know they wouldn't eat it otherwise, that seems to be really fucked. So even if you say it's just a sandwich, but it's actually a vegan, you guys are trying to find tricks. I said my piece. Like, if you don't understand what I've said so far, then you have some social ineptitude that is like not like go try this with like a girlfriend. Like, oh, I didn't cheat on you. I didn't have sex with that other girl. You know, I didn't have sex with her. Really? Well, what did you guys do? Oh, well, technically, I didn't put my penis inside any of her. Like these kind of cutesy, stupid fucking games are for literal fucking downies. Like I don't know how to like. Well, what if I just told me this? Like, fuck off, dude. You're so stupid. I don't want to talk about it. Never mind. You just piss me off. Like when you have like moral conversations with people, I'm like, well, what if I do the thing where I tell people like, oh, dude, you fucking dude, you're great, man. You're literally like a fucking moral hacker. You figured it out, man. Good job. Like if you can't take the gist of what I'm saying, right? That intentionally misleading somebody into eating something, no matter how you do it. Well, what if I just don't tell you didn't find a cheat code to not be a piece of shit fucking human? Like that's not there's not a shortcut for that, right? You have to act decent. We're not saying it's not wrong. Is that feeding someone something vegan isn't the same as feeding a vegan meat? Sure. Maybe that other person doesn't interpret it that way, but the action, both actions are about on the same level of harm. In my opinion, in terms of moral harm. Like, let's say that I can rape two different women, okay? Let's say that one woman is okay with anal sex and the other woman's not okay with anal sex, right? Well, if I rape both of them anally, if I rape the one that's okay with anal sex, is that okay? Because she's okay with anal? No. Both of them are wrong, regardless if she's okay with anal or not, because you're revoking their autonomy. You're taking from them the decision for them to make something about what they take into their body. That's the wrong. You guys are focusing, well, what if it's a vegan, not vegan? That doesn't matter. The idea is that you're taking something they should have control over, which is what goes into their body, and you are concealing that from them, or you're taking that choice away from them. So whether somebody is vegan or not, and you give them something that's vegan or not vegan, it doesn't matter. Like, oh, well, it's okay to trick a non-vegan to eating vegan food. No, it's not. You're intentionally concealing something you're putting into somebody's body. That's fucked up. It's super fucked up. Sorry, okay. I'm triggered.
AYAYAY wins.
I agree with your basic take. I'm asking if you have to clarify with any given thing. Mayo can be made non-vegan or vegan. If I make potato salad with vegan mayo, do I have to tell everyone it's vegan? No, of course not. Oh my god. We're looking at the intentionality of the action, okay? When I get food, I don't know every single fucking ingredient that's in it. I don't know how every single fucking ingredient was prepared. So there's like a wide variety. You have a lot of deference on how you can make something. But if you serve somebody something that you explicitly know that if you told them something that was in it, they wouldn't like it, then you're being a piece of shit. What if a post-op trans person doesn't reveal that they're trans to a partner? I thought you were okay with this, but these don't seem compatible. That isn't. Wait, what? How am I taking away autonomy from another person by not revealing an aspect of my past? Unless that person demands to know every aspect of my past. Wait, what? No, that has nothing to do with that. These are totally not comparable things. Now, if you were going to have sex with somebody that you thought was a cis woman and you turned around and they fucked you in the ass, then okay, now we have a different type of conversation, of course. Okay, just... Since tricking someone into eating something similar, is similar to... I'm sorry, fuck. Destiny, since tricking someone into eating something is similar to rape, and it's okay to do to kids because they don't have autonomy that we value, does it follow that raping kids is okay because we don't care about their autonomy? It sounds like you don't actually view these things the way you say. No, first of all, there's no upside to raping your child, okay? Firstly. But secondly, we do accept things that would be, like, comparable to, like, sexual assault, right? No child consents to having their diaper cleaned. Ever. But what do? You take it out, you get a fucking, what is it, a Pampers wipe, and you get all in there, and you wipe everything out, and you molest your fucking kid, basically. You fucking take, right? When you take them to the fucking doctor, the doctors dig your hands. Nobody asks for the child's consent for that. When you cut up their fucking dicks, when you do circumcisions or whatever, nobody asks for consent for that. You don't typically, we don't typically consider the autonomy of a child, because a child is what are the words for this? It's not subservient. It's it's not submissive. It's there's a sub word I'm looking for. But like a child is like a thing that like you have control over that doesn't really gain autonomy until the age of majority, which in the United States is 18. Are you pro-circumcision now? No, I'm not pro-circumcision, because I would say that circumcision is done for no benefit. I'm just saying that in society, we do things to children that you would never do to another adult. How are these so hard to follow? Are these really that hard to follow? I'm about to farm an unbelievable amount of truths, okay? This is going to be one of the truest things I've ever farmed on stream before. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what one of the most bullshit-ass fucking fees in the world is? Ready? It's a new thing. Well, not new, but it's within the last, like, few years. One of the most bullshit-ass fucking feeds in the world, okay? One of the most bullshit feeds in the world. What is up with this bullshit where if you go and you get an Airbnb and they give you instructions that you have to clean or else you're going to get billed for it, but they already charge you for fucking cleaning?
It's so dumb. And can they set the charge for that, like the price for it?
I get an Airbnb for like $200, and there's like a $30 cleaning fee, and they're like, make sure that you take out all the trash, make sure that you load the dishwasher and start it, make sure that. And it's like, what the fuck? Why the fuck am I paying you a fucking cleaning fee?
True. The
last one that me and Melina had, they told us to fucking mop and sweep the floors. What the fuck? Are you serious? I ain't got time for that bullshit. Why am I paying you fucking anything?
Dude, that sounds fucking absurd. And I've also never seen that. Like, I've never seen instructions telling me to fucking clean shit.
I've never seen the instructions.
Wait, really? You've never stayed at a place where they're like, make sure you take out the trash, make sure that you load
Nope. Nope. I've stayed at a lot of Airbnbs. I've never seen that.
I see this pretty commonly. Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. Like, I've seen absurd cleaning fees. Like, I've seen, like, hey, we're charging you $50 fucking bucks for your cleaning fee. But otherwise, yeah, no, I never saw instructions like that.
Yeah, I don't actually do I don't do Airbnb anymore. I just got hotels. Airbnb was a cool concept that got ruined by greedy fucks that started buying up property just to exclusively Airbnb out. I've said this on stream before, but I hate it when like apartments are Airbnb'd out and they're not supposed to be. So you get these like the worst one I ever had was like the time that I came up to LA for 2 weeks to hang out with Bella. I showed up and this fucking dude picks up the phone. This guy's name is like Mashaha Malada or whatever. And the guy's like, hey, when you go in the fucking front, you shouldn't have to say anything. But if the security guard stops you and asks you a question, tell him that you're like my brother, like Joaquin Muhammad or whatever. And I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious right now? Like, is this real life? Is this what I'm gonna have to James Bond my way into my own fucking Airbnb? Like, holy shit. Oh, when they're like, when you show up at the apartment, or you show up at the hotel, or not hotel, it's the apartment complex, they'll be like, make sure that whatever you do, don't tell anybody they're there for the Airbnb. You've got to walk down the street, you've got to take a left, you've got to knock twice at the phone booth, you've got to go underground to get the key from some fucking padded lockbox that they give you like a time detonation fucking code for. It's like so stupid. I don't know. Fuck all that shit. It was supposed to be Airbnb. It was like grandma's got an extra room in the basement. You can stay there for a few days.
Yeah, that's what literally all mine stuff I've used. I don't know if it's something that's changed recently. That's like that. Really fucking weird.
That's pretty inconsiderate of them to run an Airbnb like that, where you have to go through some possible, like, might get fucking shit for just trying to get to your room kind of stuff.
Yeah, but if you're in like a high demand area, they know you'll deal with it, right?
He would bang grandma. Oh, one time I was in this Airbnb, it was hot as fuck. Grand MILF. This lady must have been like 50 or something. I think she would have been down for it. Like, we talked a lot. She was from Israel, and I knew like a lot of like Middle Eastern shit. So she was like, she was like happy, like, oh, to talk about her shit or whatever. She was like walking around the apartment in like a nightie or whatever. Oh fuck, I know I could have, but at the time period of my life, like I shouldn't have. But oh fuck, I was. Who's the oldest person you fucked?
Delvin. Pleasures of Grand Pussy Steve.
I don't think I've really fucked any old people. Like, you guys know the oldest person I fucked, but it feels rude to say that because I'm like calling out our age or whatever. But I don't think I've fucked anybody like more than a few years older than me.
What's the age difference?
Like 2 years, 3 years.
No, shit, that's it?
Yeah.
I think I've done 15.
Nice.
Years older, but I'm I really want to like, you know, do a 60-year-old.
I wanted to talk to you about one of your podcasts I listened to at least recently.
You listen to a podcast?
Yeah, it's controversial. The O'Keefe podcast.
Oh, okay.
Project Veritas guy.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one because you had a really good point in that people, when they hear that this is a Project Veritas thing, and for people who don't know who he is, James O'Keefe from Project Veritas, they've done a lot of work exposing some biases that are held by some of the people that work in these social media groups, social media corporations like Twitter and
Okay, so just because everybody's mind seems to be blown by this, every single major Project Veritas expose, whether it's the Planned Parenthood shit, whether it's the Acorn shit, whether it was the there was something where they went in to look for like election fraud shit, when they tried to do like a Washington Post expose, every single one of these, unless they've done new stuff that I haven't seen, when they tried to confront that one journalist and misrepresent who was interviewing who, every single thing has been false. Every single time a third-party investigator has come in to verify anything, nothing has ever panned out to be true. Ever. Nothing. They had a 0% success rate in their major blows, or in their major like exposés. Like, the idea that Project Veritas has any credibility, anybody that says that, you should be highly skeptical of any claim they make. Unless Veritas has been involved in something more recently that I haven't heard about, almost everything has been highly selectively edited, to very disingenuously so to prove a point.
Facebook and things like that.
Yeah.
But the way they've done it is all through hidden camera type stuff. And there's a narrative that people love to use where they go, oh, that guy, he uses selective editing, or that guy,
Just
you can't believe
listen to
anything
Rogan
they
get some
say.
dumbass
Everything
take.
he says is wrong.
What's the dumbass take?
That is
earlier he was saying that he would rather vote for Trump over Biden, and now he's about to defend Project Veritas.
Okay, I don't know the shit about
because
Veritas,
you're
but if you genuinely believed that Biden was mentally deficient, would you still vote for it? Like, let's say it fucking came out. Let's just say for whatever reason we knew, right? And he was mentally compromised. He was on the decline, Alzheimer's, whatever it is. Would you still vote for him over Trump?
100%. Yeah, of course.
And is that just under the assumption that
any cabinet members he surrounds himself with will be superior to Trump? The general direction of the administration will still be like a pro dealing with climate change, or having better immigration policy, or choosing better federal and Supreme Court judges that are going to be more ideologically in line with me. And from a foreign policy point of view, we're not going to be aggravating the entire rest of the world with some arrogant buffoon in office that's trying to like fucking show everybody how great America is. So yeah, yeah.
But could you be understanding to someone not being comfortable with that? Like,
yeah, if they're a fucking idiot, of course. Yeah, I can be understanding to people that are anti-vaxxers. Yeah.
You think it takes idiocy to think, I don't want to, like, you don't see it on the surface level why someone would look at it and say, yeah, I want to not elect someone who is.
Yeah, and on a surface level, I understand why some people don't like to wear seatbelts because they're scared they're going to get trapped in their car and burned alive. Sure, I can see it on a surface level.
I think that there's a little more reason to say, hey, like I feel a little
in
weird.
In what
like,
world is a senile Biden inferior to a mentally competent Trump?
I think the lack of knowing when he's going to be making lucid decisions.
Like what are some decisions that Biden could make that would be more harmful to the country than what Trump is deciding right now?
Off the top of my head, I've got nothing.
Okay, try to think of anything he could do, and then we can come back later and discuss it. I'd be super curious, because the decisions that Trump makes of sound mind are incredibly damaging to the U.S., both locally and abroad. But I would be really curious to hear. Like,
I talked to Mickey from chat earlier, because, of course, anytime Rogan shit comes up, people start dragging my name into it. And so he came on voice chat, and we talked about it. And I think that when we discussed it, I said that I could see that what you just said being a good argument for it, which is the idea that, hey, his VP and his cabinet, etc.
Rogan fanboys are like Bernie
there's
fanboys.
Still something that's like
and seek professional help. This is worse than my K-pop obsession.
As of right now, I don't have any confirmation that he is, whatever. Like, there are some things that seem like he's what do you call it? That seem like he's out of his mind. But as of right now, nothing's confirmed, and I'm still more comfortable with him over Trump. But I it's hard for me to think of someone as fucking stupid for saying, "Oh yeah, I don't want to vote an Alzheimer's patient in."
Okay.
But Pepe,
I think I agree with the diplomatic guy.
Oh, he had Dustblade.
Wait, who do I agree with? Hold on, let me read this closely. Because you're a cheater, of course. What does that have to do with anything?
Oh shit. They laugh.
Reminder that if you
Wait,
don't
never
use
mind. I think I
NordVPN
agree with the adversary
coupon
guy.
code Destiny or something.
As long as more doesn't die here.
Oh, never mind. I agree with the adversary guy 100%. Never mind. I think that, like, if relationships are public, then I think that quote-unquote private things relating said relationships are, like, it's a kind of fair game almost for it to become public. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, to what extent? Like, if it's a private thing that happened between you, well, like, if it becomes public, that's one thing. But there's a difference between that and you and the other person deciding to make it public, right?
The relationship was fuck all public, though. Wait, what are you saying? Never mind. I don't really. I feel uncomfortable arguing about this because it's private. Doesn't that concede the argument? Yeah, sure. You're right. Never mind. I don't want to argue it because the whole argument is gonna be me like shitting on Kate or whatever. Like it's awkward as fuck. I don't feel like I need to take that position or whatever. I mean, like if you have like a pretty public relationship with somebody, whether it's like romantic or not, and you're like capitalizing on that for like stream related stuff. Then if shit gets fucked with that, of course, that's like on the table for like going public. Like, why wouldn't it be? Absolutely, of course. Like, you must consider that. Like, if I started to make a whole bunch of videos with like Lily or some shit, and then I like killed her dog or some shit, and then Lily went public with it, like, oh wow, what an asshole thing to do, going public with it. Well, I mean, like. All the other streamers on Twitch chat dogpiling nonstop. Oh yeah, that's pretty dumb, of course. Streamers don't give a fuck though. Most streamers on Twitch are just looking to increase their clout or get more popular. They don't actually give a fuck about any of the people there. If most Twitch streamers, if they think that they can like get a little bit of popularity off of shitting all over you, they'll do it in a heartbeat. But you better believe they'll cry like Miskiff if it starts happening to them, like every time. That's how it goes. Nice.
Seen the news of the Nier remake.
Yep. Can you get into why cheating is bad? Because you're lying to somebody, basically. Does cheating take away the agency of your partner from being in a monogamous relationship because they may be in a relationship with a cheater thinking they're the only ones having sex, or is it really only just because of lying? I mean, I think cheating is bad because you're lying. Like, generally, when you're in a relationship with someone, you make some level of commitment to them, and then if you break that commitment, you're like breaking a promise, right? You're breaking a contract. Do you think cheating justifies any retaliation? I mean, not unless you've like formalized it. I mean, like, if they cheat, you just dump them.
Do you think the person ought to make it public in this circumstance?
Well, it's up to them. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Stand in the past, going after another person's living is one of the worst things you can do to the other person in the context of John Tron. The thing, I mean, it sounds bad, but like if the, If somebody like if somebody manages to capitalize on a relationship and build like a really large following or get like a lot out of a relationship with somebody else and then they end up fucking that person over, I mean, I could imagine the other person being a little irritated about that. I think that's fair. Like,
yeah, Marilyn Manson kind of fucked over Trent Reznor, so he wrote that song Starfuckers about him. It was all public and stuff.
You talking
wow,
about what I assume
Blue,
we're
thanks
talking
for
about
tier
here, Steve?
2, buddy. Destiny.
it's not secret. Literally, people in chat are typing exactly what we're talking about.
I mean, I don't think she's released anything about it, so we're all just going off of what
Carson's statement.
take.
Yeah.
I just, the two things I don't like. I don't like when public people just, as some sort of catharsis, decide to make it public, because that's all they're doing. And then I don't like when these kids have these fucking reactions like they do on Reddit and slander the people that have cheated as if it's the worst thing in the fucking world, because they've obviously never been in a relationship of any significance and have no idea what it's like. Like the people that talk about cheaters as if they are the scum of the fucking earth, out of their fucking minds, don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, that's like cheating. People treat cheating as like worse than fucking child rape on Reddit. I don't know if it's because it's a lot of insecure people or people that have been cheated on or what, but yeah, people definitely go a little overboard. Yeah, like this guy in chat, cheating is literally the worst thing you can do in a relationship. I can think of 15 things off the top of my head that are worse than cheating. Destroying somebody's like fucking like massively expensive possession, like literally destroying somebody's car intentionally because you hate them. Like murdering somebody is probably worse. Raping somebody is probably worse. Being like a serial abuser, like mentally or physically, is probably worse. Dating somebody that is a child and trying to fuck with that child is probably worse. There's like a million things you can do that are worse than cheating. Like, having HIV or some shit like that and giving it to your partner without telling them, that's probably worse. Lying about using birth control, getting pregnant, that's probably worse.
Missing your exes, that's probably worse.
But it's literally the worst thing besides all of that. Okay.
No, but my ex...
It's just weird because... After you say all that, it's hard for me to believe you'd be okay for Melina to make your private DMs public because your relationship is public. I mean, I guess it would, like, depend on, like, what I got from Melina. Like, I would agree with that, but it's not like Melina has had, like a huge, like, impact on, like, my business. But, like, let's say, for instance, let's say I start dating Pokemon or some shit, right? And let's say that I get, like, 500,000 Instagram followers, I get, like, 20,000 concurrent views. Let's say I get a ton of shit because I'm dating Pokemon. Like... and it like massively benefits my business. And then let's say that I end up like cheating on Pokemon with Lily, okay? I sleep with Lily instead. And then and then Pokemon just kind of like watches from the sideline as I like walk away with like my 500,000 Instagram followers, my increased like popularity on stream. Like I could see somebody like they being like, fuck. I don't know if you necessarily should ever make anything public. I don't know if that's like a morally righteous thing to do, but I can totally understand.
Is cheating always a deal breaker you? Is there any scenario where you can justify cheating besides from being forced upon? Rape, power dynamic, etc.
I don't all my relationships are open, so you can't cheat on me. So I don't know. Like for me personally, for most people, cheating is probably a deal breaker. You should probably end the relationship after cheating because if somebody cheats, then it shows they've got a proclivity for it. And if somebody cheats, you'll probably never trust them again anyway, and those relationships all turn out miserable regardless, so.
Dan and I had a steady relationship, and then Mooten moved here and fucked it all up.
Is that actually true, though? I thought you and Melina agree on who you can sleep with, so you can still cheat. I mean, I can, kind of. I don't care what she does. She has a few more boundaries sometimes. Well, really, it all just depends on, like... Basically, the only rule that we have, because of shit that's happened, is we try not to, like, be with anybody that hates the other person. That's basically, like, the goal, kind of. Right? So, like, if there's some person that I know that, like, fucking hates Melina, she's like, it would make me really uncomfortable for you to do anything. So that's kind of like that. But it's not realistically, that's not, like, anything that comes up. Because, like, if that person, like, fucking hates Melina... I probably don't like that person either, or they hate me as well. Like, generally, that's how that plays out. For me, like, personally, like, jealousy is, like, a pretty unattractive quality. So if I'm with somebody who's, like, very jealous of Melina, it probably makes me like them a whole lot less, so. And then whether they like me or not, I usually don't give a fuck who Melina is with. Because if Melina's gonna go be with somebody, then I'll just find something to do on my own. Gives me more opportunity to meme out.
Meme out with your ween out.
Good one, dude. You prioritize Melina in your relationship over other women, or is she at the same level? No, I definitely prioritize her, of course. Okay, so then you don't think everything private in a public relationship is okay to make? No, of course not, Diplomatic. I don't think every single thing. Like, if two people are just kind of, like, private, and then shit happens or whatever, but, like, everything is kind of equal, nobody's, like, taking advantage of anybody, like, I can understand. Like, nothing should probably be made public. Like, when you make something public like that, basically what you're saying is, I'm trying to hurt you. Like, that's basically the goal. Is, like, I feel that for some reason I'm justified right now in trying to do damage to you. That's essentially what making anything public is. What about a secretary? I've said what I've said. I stand by everything I said. Secretaries and CEOs dating are like... You can state your full analogy, but whatever I just said, I'm going to be consistent through for almost anything. Like, if you got hired at a job because you're dating like the boss or whatever, and then you guys break up, oh cool, I'm going to die again. Then yeah, I would expect you to probably going to get fired. Like, of course. And if you didn't get hired but got a promotion, also going to prove her career got better directly from being with him? I don't know, Diplomatic. You're going to have to use your investigative tools and your big brain to figure it out, my dude. It's such an obviously fucking stupid question. Like, I can tell you're just, like, digging to, like, try to be right. But, like, it's pretty self-evident, my dude. Should you pursue a girl that you know has cheated before? I don't know. It depends on what's important to you. I don't know. Do you think somebody's cheated before? There's a chance they could cheat again. Unless they had a really good reason for cheating before that you feel like won't happen again in your relationship. It's up to you to figure that out. What's a good reason to cheat? When I say good reason to cheat, what I mean, like, a quote-unquote good reason to cheat is a reason that won't come up over and over again. So, for instance, let's say that you were dating somebody and they were physically abusive against some person, okay? And that person's like, oh, well, you know, I stepped on him, I cheated on him because, like, the physical abuse was, like, making me hate him or something, right? It's like, okay, well, I think if I, like, date a person that cheated on somebody that was physically abusive, I probably won't run into that because I'm not a physically abusive person, right? Something like that. Or like, oh, like I cheated on a guy because like whatever, like I would do anything to get fucking crack, so I sucked this dude's dick, but I broke my addiction. Like I'm not a crackhead anymore. So like, oh, okay. Well, if you're not a crackhead anymore, then the reasons for you cheating in the past don't seem to be there, so you're probably not going to cheat again, right? That would be the assumption. What if a person got a promotion, but it's not clear from the relationship? You're not asking me moral questions anymore, Diplomatic. You're asking me, like, the difficulty of proving, like, some empirical claim. Your question has nothing to do with the efficacy of what's right or wrong. That's not what you're asking anymore. You're just trying to, like, you're not using a hypothetical to test a scenario. You're using a hypothetical to figure out, like, it's a stupid hypothetical. It's like me saying, I think that shooting someone is wrong. And then you're like, well, what if you shoot somebody, but, like, you don't kill them? Is that less wrong? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I guess so, sure. And then you're like, what if you shoot somebody, but then 50 other people shot at the exact same time, and there's a 25% chance that they killed him before your bullet ever hit? What about in that case? Is shooting them wrong? Like, I don't know. I mean, what if you couldn't possibly determine, like, whose bullets killed him? Like, okay, I don't know. This hypothetical isn't testing my moral stance at all. You're asking me, like, the impossibility of figuring out, like, which bullet killed a person. What if it was an out-of-control trawler that could have only been stopped by cheating on your spouse? Yeah, sure. Find even relationships, I think, in our society, it's interesting to discuss the different facets of it, especially with so many people watching. I think it's interesting to extrapolate and see how you think works with more general life. Sure, if you have a relationship with some person and you capitalize on that relationship to dramatically improve some other area of your life, and then you fuck that person over in your relationship, then I can understand that person to be like, fuck, well, all the other shit that you got on the back of, like, our relationship, man, I feel like that's pretty fucking shit now. It feels a little unearned. That's the gist of what I'm saying. And that general statement, I feel, would carry over into any other thing. That's all I'm saying. Do you think there's a power imbalance issue when a bigger content creator goes public with info that will clearly result in his fanbase harassing the other? Just curious. Sure. There's also an imbalance issue in that a smaller creator could theoretically massively benefit from a relationship with a larger one as well, though. That's not necessarily, like, one-sided. Or it's one-sided in different ways. If you don't mind, can you tell us the context of your cheating story? What pitfalls did you fall into? How did you find yourself? Oh, I was just unhappy with my current relationship, and I just was selfish. I was stupid. The guy calling in right now is literally worse than anything that Phil has ever done in his life. Like, why would you take somebody that literally has to...